Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. May I come in? May I come in? May I come in? Yeah, it's a move, it's a move, it's a move. Pick up yourself, bum biker. Come on, Simon, you never walk alone, man. We're still here, we're still here, we're still here. Leonardo, yeah. All right, biker. All right. Big up the people, them. Yeah, man, we're there, man. We're there. Quick Friday settings. Cheese. Woo. Yeah, buddy. The nine's back in the building, man. Come on, man. Anyway, first and foremost, big up yourselves. You don't know my thing already. Let's give thanks and praises to the Most High, because nobody knows the second, the hour, or the minute. Yeah, but with that being said, we're not come for terror. Yeah, but we definitely come for our 1 and 2 chattings. But listen, let's just set this up. Come on, big up the people them, man. Make the people them know so we're there. Woo!
Rejoice. Real hip-hop is back.
Hallelujah. If you know, you know. Hallelujah. Listen lyrics. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Good morning, church. Let's open up our Bibles.
Listen lyrics.
Mindless, spineless by their own jury, they blinded by chain after chain, cause they used to be slaves. Kunta, tap dance for your advance. The lie to all the field niggas about how you got your chance. Swear you been a renegade, but nigga, please, you been afraid. Go get master his lemonade and stop with all the street charades. You a gangster when did this happen? At Magnet School and drama class when you was learning acting. And dope dealing, scene stealing made a perfect villain. The labels need new acts, you act, so what a perfect feeling.
We'll take a pause there, but Baton Christian. Just bring it back. Yeah, man, Bishop Lamont Christian, how you mean? But but yeah, man, for those of you that don't know, this is Bishop Lamont. Yeah, an exhibit, and this tune is called Hallelujah. Yeah, but the lyrics, man, why you here still? Yeah, the lyrics. You go on, mommy.
Rejoice. Real hip-hop is back.
Hallelujah. You're funny, you know. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Good morning, church. Let's open up our Bibles.
Open the Bible.
Let's discuss these whack rhymes, backsliders. Mindless, spineless by their own jury, they blinded. Chain after chain, cause they used to be slaves. Kunta, tap dance for your advance. The lie to all the field niggas about how you got your
That's
chance.
it.
Swear you been a renegade, but nigga, please, you been afraid. Get master his lemonade and stop what
Get master his lemonade.
You a gangster when did this happen? At Magnet School and drama class when you was learning acting. And dope dealing, scene stealing made a perfect feeling. The labels need new acts, you act, so what a perfect feeling. Fill in the blanks, but never can replace the feeling of real music, real hustlers that been through it. Real riders, real rhymers, get their lives to it. And if you with me, say amen, it's time for real music. Congregation, please stand. Receive the blessing from the
motherfucking hand.
Sit only when I walk to the promised land. It's Bishop Lamont, my heel, crush the devil head. Hip hop is dead, that's what the devil says. It's all about swag, that's what the devil says. Limit cash, that's what the devil says. Bless the track, I'll take on my daily bread. Let me welcome you to Babylon, where fools babble on and language is confused. It's hard to translate, for instance, when they state they keep it real, they really mean they keep it fake. Peace means war, one love is one hate. A stab in the back, the same as a handshake. It's Hollywood.
Listen!
Where your favorite rapper goes and
disappears
off the planet like an alien abduction. Next album, first single, sounds strange when he be bustin'. Must be that Scientology, a blow that he been snuffing. or a combo of both. Take a trip, let's coast. Be rock stars in 5-star hotels and overdose. MTV Diary doesn't come close. You think you know, but you have no idea. The demons and scheming that goes on inside here. Congregation, please stand.
No idea.
Blessing from my motherfucking hands. Sip holy water, walk to the promised land. It's Bishop Lamont, my heel, crush the devil head. Hip hop is dead. That's what the devil says. It's all about swag. That's what the devil says. Live me some cash. That's what the devil says. Bless the trap, I'll take on my daily bread. Unholy Trinity, sex, drugs, and alcohol. Your biggest artists from these came to downfall. Even right now, as you listen, it's around y'all. And me too, that's how you know that I'm not lying, no. These stars wanna blow their brains to Venus and die outside the club, be the next River Phoenix. I mean correction, I mean Heath Ledger. Who would think an Olsen twin would deal in deadly pleasure? But there's no sitcom, so try to sit calm while I read you more scripture from the bishop's song. From these streets in this business, many disappear. They both will promise you, swallow you, then shed no tear. You know the saying, don't have a new nigga next year. Don't let it take your soul like it took Shakir. Don't let it take hold. Keep your vision clear. You never know, that could be me or you next year. Congregation, please stand. Receive the blessing from my motherfucking hands. Sip holy water, walk to the promised land. It's Bishop Lamont, my heel, crush the devil head. Hip hop is dead. That's what the devil says. It's all about swag. That's what the devil says. Live me some cash. That's what the devil says. Bless the trap, I'll take on my daily bread.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what the devil said. Yeah. Hallelujah. Yes, people. I summoned woman up the short today. Yeah. Bishop Lamont exhibit. And the reason why I played that tune still, because it wasn't random, but I'm just showing you, sir. Long time people have been telling us what go on. Do you know what I mean? Like long time people are telling us what go on. Some of us listened, some of us didn't. Some of us believe that your favorite rapper, your favorite entertainer, your favorite politician, your favorite comedian, your favorite this, your favorite that. Yeah, man. That tune there's called what's it called? Yeah, it's called Hallelujah, man. Old tune as well, man. Do you know what I'm saying to you? But the point being, yeah, that I'm sure you've had to have been under a rock to not know what go on right now in terms of, you know what I mean, the world news and that. And I mean, it's like, where do you begin? Do you know what I mean? Like on a serious one, where do you begin? Because this ain't normal. Do you know what I mean? What we're here, and the thing is, like I said, these are things that are done being known. So I'm sure, especially for the survivors or the victims or whoever they choose to call themselves, some of them may be feeling vindicated. Some of them may be feeling, oh, it's all coming back up again. But this subject here, got dead for no, man. Worse with social media and stuff like that, where there are people that can be doing content for days and months and years. Yeah. But where's the people that was thinking now? Because to me, America is an absolute mess at the moment. I mean, I don't know if any of you watch the and you probably wouldn't, because I wouldn't have normally, but do you know what I mean? This is more entertaining. This is as much as it's politics, it's kind of, I don't know, I don't want to use the word soap opera-ish, man, but if any of you have been catching any of the what would you call them? I don't even know what they call them in America, man. But this week, the U.S. Attorney General was under some questions, boy. And boy, if I wasn't watching that live, yeah, and someone come and said to me, "Yo, Nines, said this happened at the place," and I'll be like, "Nah, I lie, yeah, tell man. I lie, yeah, tell man." Yeah. And if I was more prepared, I'll try and show you a couple clips still, but they're questioning the US Attorney General, yeah, and the way that she is answering. Oh my god. You bear in mind this is the most powerful country in the West, you know. What a fucking mess. And what I want to know for the people, them, because you know there was a lot of the people that like, oh, we want Trump over here, and we want Trump and all of them type of vibes here. All them right wing people. I want to know if they still feel like that. I want to know if, you know what I mean, the Wendy's of this world or whatever, if that's the kind of vibes that they want in England. Do you know what I mean? I want to know if that's how serious the people them are. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to know how far right the right really want to go. Like, do they want some kind of ice vibes over here where people are just kicking down people's doors? And do you know what I mean? Is that, I just want to know. You know what I mean? So if anyone of you lot that goes into their kind of chats and whatever, ask them if that's the kind of vibrations that they want over here. Yeah, the kind of things that we're seeing in America. I just want to know. Because like I said, when Trump and them man they come in, them a lot of them people on the right were who are in and we want that over here and come on Trump and this and that and all of them things there. You get me? And I just want to know, is that what they would want over here? Yeah, that's the first thing. You know what I mean? Now, now, you see, as I've always said in it, yeah, that the one I've always said, ignorance is bliss in it. Sometimes when they say ignorance is bliss, it's a real thing because some of the truths out there are they're just heinous. Do you know what I mean? As we're seeing now. And remember, what we're hearing is probably just the tip of the iceberg, yeah, because they're only letting out what they, you know what I mean? What they obviously there's worse in it. That's the point, yeah. There's obviously, and remember, they're trying to hide it. Yeah, it's only because certain people was pushing for it and this and that. And I'm not talking about Trump neither, while we're even getting to hear about some of these things. Yeah. But we really need to not be what's the word? Not be numb. You understand what I'm saying to you, to what we're hearing, because do you know what I mean? Like everything else, it's so easy to become like desensitized to something because you hear about it, because obviously you're gonna hear about this for days and months, etc., etc. But it's important, especially in America. You know what I mean? Especially in America. I'm talking about, well, it's in the title still. Talk about the darkness coming to light, but you know, especially in America. I've lost my train of thought now. What was I saying? Yeah. I'm saying that we can't become numb to it. You know what I mean? Like this drum's got to be beaten for as long as it needs to be beaten, because we're talking about young girls, young boys. We're not even talking about women or they're trying to go on like teen. No, we're talking about picnic. Yeah, child. You understand what I'm saying? Like these people are fucking disgusting, man. Yeah, and the whole world right now should be in up. If we say that we're about the children, this, that, and the other, the whole world should be in uproar. Like seriously, people all about the place. Now, one thing I will say though, in England, at least in England, it looked like people's heads are gonna. We already know Manderson's head's falling. It looked like Starmer's on his way. This, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Andrew's under a bit of pressure. So at least in England, they're showing that. You know what I mean? We're hearing and we are doing something about it. As opposed to in America, where not one head has gone. With all these pages coming out, not one head has gone. Yeah. And it could be argued there, like Trump's in the thing. They said that the man's in there more than God is in the Bible himself. They said his name is in there more than Harry Potter's name is in the book. Them. Yeah. You've got girls out there blatantly saying what these people have done, naming names, naming Trump. Said that he got his finger and fucking put it on her vulva and all them there to measure the pum pum and them way there. This is the US president. These are in the files. This is the US president, people. putting his finger upon young girl pum pum to fucking measure it. Listen, I told you lot, man. Yeah, but enough of the people them don't give a fuck because they're all nasty alike. Yeah. That's the president of the United States. Remember, this is the man that said he don't mind grab pussy and this and that. And remember, he had a model agent. But the thing is, a lot of these things were known about him, and the people them still voted him in. So some of them deserve what they're getting, to be fair. You know what I mean? Because enough of these things were known, and you just close your eye and like, I remember even talking about it over here. When he was, and then people were like, oh, man, immigrants. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, So what that showed, even at that time, is that if someone is kind of speaking your language, yeah, that they're willing to turn their back on certain things, like they did then. But I want to know. I mean, I'm hoping that there's a lot of regret. Well, I know there is anyway, because I've seen certain people come online and say how they regretted voting for Trump and all of this shit. But too late shall be the cry, man. Well, George, I'm glad you've said that. And good evening, because I'm trying to ascertain from the people and what are they exactly saying. You get me? Like, what are they saying? You know what I mean? Because if I'm hearing the outrage about the grooming gangs, they're supposed to be on fucking rocket and steroids about what's going on with this particular situation. You get me? And that's what I always used to say to them. I'm like, listen, the reason why them thing there is allowed to go on is because it's going on everywhere. You know what I mean? Way up the scale, man. Them man, they were just small fry. I'm not saying it's right. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, one of the reasons why probably it's not getting the pressure that you want is because it goes all the way up. All the way up and to the side and to the left and to the right and down. You see what I'm saying to you? Yeah? But you see, if they're not making the same amount of noise for our girls, yeah. Remember they're even talking about dead bodies on the royal grounds and all of that. You know what I mean? Because them are little pitting them too hard. You get me? And killer. Yo, and these are sort of things in the files where they showed the man, you know, he's a Austrian professor or something. Yeah. And he must have emailed Jeffrey and was on a thing like, sorry, you know what I mean? You get me? Like, sorry, I went too mad type of talk. You know? Hey, yo, people. And then the next thing is now, listen, most pedos are much older generation. Michael Jackson was like the innocent and used. Damn, man, there's no likely about it. Michael was innocent, man. There's no likely about it, man. There's absolutely no likely about it, man. He was innocent, man. But you know, it was a diversion. It's funny you say that, actually, because even today I was watching something. I didn't even get to check it out in terms of if it goes like that. But there was someone that was basically saying that around the same time as Neverland and all that, you know what I mean, was getting a lot of publicity and all that, is the same time when the Epstein Island thing was going on. You see what I'm saying to you? Yeah. And they're kind of saying, because everyone was focused on the Michael Jackson thing, the Epstein Island could run. And that makes sense to me, because that's how the people... I told you that from years ago about two books, yeah. Thanks for the Memories by Bryce Taylor, and there was another one by Amazon Wilder, yeah. These women have been talking these things for years, and she was saying how Bob Hope used to take her to Disney World and do the most things. All these things that have been spoken about years ago are all in these files, from the MK Ultra thing to the fucking cannibalism to the pitney them to the all of it. And the thing is, certain people have been trying to tell us, you know what I mean? People talk about Eyes Wide Shut. You know what I mean? In terms of music, people done been telling us. Michael himself probably fucking put his life at Great risk telling us. I told you when Michael done that video, they don't give a damn about us, or they don't. Yeah. That's so. If you didn't know then, you're never gonna know. Yeah. When Michael said they don't give a damn about us, you're supposed to know. And because now what they're saying is Michael was protecting the children from going to Epstein Island. So them they're like the Home Alone youth and all that. They're saying that he protected them from going to the island. Otherwise, them youth they would have got shifted to the island. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah. But this has been just like the Diddy thing. Yeah, this shit's been known. Yeah, so it ain't no secret. Yeah. Just like the Diddy thing, this shit is known because Hollywood ain't big. Yeah? And people don't talk. Me, man, even fucking from 15, 16 years ago, Professor Griff from Public Enemy was breaking down certain things when it comes to the music industry and all that, and how enough of them man they have to turn back ways and rare this and rare that. And listen, nothing new, man. But it's the time of Aquarius, hopefully, and that's why the truth must be revealed. But nothing ain't new, man. Yeah. Have you not heard about the amount of times that the word jerky's been in the emails? Jerky, Jerkey, jerky is in jerky beef. Now, what do you lot think when they talk about jerky in the emails? What do you think these powerful people are talking about? Wanna tell me in the chat? All right, something. When them talk about jerky, yeah, in the emails, what the fuck do you think these people are talking about? Jerky. Everyone's about, I like my jerky cooked this way. You know what I mean? Or I didn't like it like that, or I got to store it like this and blah, blah, blah. Jerky. Talk to me, people. Yeah. Because we have to know the people that we live amongst, like, it's not normal. Yeah. What the fuck is jerky, man? Ask chat. Ask your chat. He's in your life. Ask him, he's like, chat, what's jerky? Like I said on live, Jimmy Savile was a nut. Well, trust me, man. This is what I'm trying to say. And he was rolling with the Queen and the Pope. So what more do people need to hear? Or that? I mean, that one there. But yo, what do you lot think jerky is, man? Yeah. Cause this jerky words all up in the emails, and they cook it and this and that and this and that. Yeah. Cause you got veal and you got poussin and all them things there. Well, they eat fucking jerky. Yeah. Babby, Yeah. Babby. Exactly, Simon. Oh, Mel. Big up yourself, man. Bloody hell, Mel. Whenever you get tired, just come over it, boy. Not even come over here, but find somewhere, car. Boy, I'm gonna know which part you there, my girl. But big up yourself always, man. I'm telling, that's a nice way of putting it, Simon, about human flesh. A baby. Yeah, it's not even, you can't even say, you got to say it's babbies, man. Babbies. Because they ain't eating no tough people. You know what I mean? Babbies, man. You see what I'm saying to you? Babbies. Yeah, so when you think say vampires and vampirism and vampire movie, it's not movie. It goes, because watch this, yeah. You see a lot of them, what we were told to be folklore and all them things there are real things, man. Yeah, real fucking things, man. That's how it became folklore. Yeah, real things, man. Like, that's what I always said, man. Like, you don't want to know what going on in this world. That's why it's sometimes it could be argued it's better they got you just watching EastEnders and football and this and that and that and this and this and just keep you distracted, because when you get to know certain things out there, you can't look at the world again the same. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yeah, you can't look. And remember, these ain't just normal, your everyday people, These are the powerful people running the fucking planet. Yeah, the richest people and all of that. It's not even like it's your little fucking your man from on down on the ends or counts of the state that's out there fucking. Do you know what I mean? These are Lord have mercy. But you know what it is? It's good anyway because the truth have to come out, man. You know what I mean? Well, you know what I mean. But like I said, man, tip of the iceberg. Yeah, tip of the iceberg, man. Tip of the iceberg, man. Yeah, I don't even watch EastEnders. I watched it at Christmas still, and that was enough for me. I watched all the soaps over the Christmas, and that was enough for me, to be honest. Oh my god, talk about brain dead shit, man. But yeah, man, that's how they keep us, locked in whilst they're doing the most maddest things, man. But the thing is, here in America, no one's gonna go to jail. Nothing. The thing is, the worst thing is this is all gonna happen, and no one goes to jail. Nothing happens. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Yeah, because you can't put the then you can't. Then I don't want to hear people talk about China and fucking communism and this and that, because over this is not too far from that at the moment. My man is moving like a dictator. Do you know what I mean? Making money for himself, hand over fists, locking down the apartment. Apparently, I was listening to the thing, and apparently in America they had like a crypto called, say, like a cryptocurrency department, yeah. And apparently at one time it had, I think he said, over 200 or 300 people, yeah, manning the department, yeah. Now there's like 3 people manning the department, yeah, the crypto department, yeah. Now, as you may or may not know, Trump is in crypto. He's got some fucking Trump dollar and all of this type of stupid shit. You see what I'm saying to you? But just to show you how crooked the man is, and he's just doing it. Oh, you get me? He just locked down a division. You get me? And basically able to monopolize. Yo, hand over fist, they're making money, and I don't hear no one saying nothing. It's crazy to me. Nah, no one going to jail, because if one goes, then it's bringing bare people down. Well, then, this is what I'm saying, Leonardo. Then we just know what a corrupt. I mean, if we didn't know before, this is going to show us how corrupt, you know what I mean, the echelons are, yeah? Because remember, this is children that have been abused, that have been killed, like bare things, like all the unimaginable things you could think of. This is what this case is about. Like, this is worse than any sort of thing that's gone previously in my memory, you know what I mean? I know that in England they always talk about Perfumo, but this has got nothing on that, man. That was about some call girls or prostitute thing or whatever, you know what I mean? I think he was some junior minister anyway. This is the fucking second prince in, I mean, wherever Andrew comes in the thing, Mountbatten, wherever they got this man in pictures with gal on floor. This is a fucking gal on floor, yeah. We found out that the Queen paid off one woman 12 million or whatever. Now I don't know if it's true that Charles then loaned him a next set of money to send to pay off another set of people. You see what I'm saying to you? Yeah. So they're all fucking complicit, including the Queen. Complicit. Yeah. But nothing can change, because the royal family is just full of skeletons. Full from pedos to just full. Yeah. I tell you what though, people. I have to admit, I watched The Crown I watched The Crown, yeah, the other day. Yeah, binge watched it actually. I thought it was very good. It was very entertaining. I thought it was really well made. I thought they done a very good job of humanizing the royal family, because even I was feeling sorry for them. I'm like, what? I'm feeling sorry for who? But they need a Crown Part 2. Big up yourself, Colin McCarter. Big up yourself, sis. Long time, girl. Come on, big up yourself, man. Come on. Yeah, man. They need a They need a Crown 2-star. You get me? They can't just leave it there. Now we got enough juicy things to watch. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Andrew, and he's still on the road, and we're still paying for the cunt. They just moving from one royal house to another. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But from what I understand, William's distancing himself. You know what I mean? Hey, when William's distancing himself, Charles has kind of said, well, you know what I mean, please, if you need to come and talk to him, you might can come and chat to him still, you know. But yeah, this ain't gonna die down, man. I think this genie cannot be put back in the bottle. And if no one does go to jail and all them things there, which I don't believe anyone will, the people, it'll just be another layer, a massive layer. Maybe this layer might even be bigger than the COVID layer. Do you know what I mean? For the people, them just to look at them in the upper echelon sideways, man. You know what I mean? For real, for real. You know, because yeah, what's going on is crazy. And the thing is, I know there's probably a lot of people that they've heard certain things that, but they've not really gone into the minutia of it, boy. But you know, where I don't blame you, Carl. But yeah, man, some of these people are nasty, man. Liars, but nasty, man. Lord have mercy, man. Wicked to children, you know. Yeah, children. I mean, listen, I'm not even saying it'll be bad or not bad, but if they were, but pick me, you know. Nah, man. Now, someone now come and tell me that Pizzagate weren't real. Come and talk to me about Pizzagate, someone. Because remember, they tried to say that was all bullshit as well, and conspiracy and this and that. Well, what are the people them saying now? Because even in the emails again, only for pizza talk. This is what I'm saying to you. Yeah, only for food chattings in the sitting there. Yeah. Yo. Boy, someone's got to fall on their sword, mate. Some kind of form. Smiley have to fall, man. Otherwise, you know that this is a fucking evil world, man. And then anyone can do anything, and no one can't say nothing. Anyone can do anything, and no one can't say nothing. For real, for real. But to even give you a bit, so like I said, I don't know if any of you lot watched like I said, in the week the US Attorney General was being questioned. Even McDonald's is suspicious about what? About their meat. Suspicious about what in terms of McDonald's? Yo, Mel, if you're there, you know, I would love for you to come and chat to me and tell me what going out there, you know. For real, for real. And what are you thinking? And what go on with the FBA and all that? God, everything's just fucking imploding, man. But I know. Yes, bye, kids. Me hear you. No argue. But I'm gonna show you this little clip, still, family. I'm not gonna say too much, just to say this is the American Attorney General being questioned by members of the House, both Democrat and Republic. But the way the mayor answered about the Burundi answer. The mayor? Oh, I don't even know. What's the mayor said? I'll have to come back to that one, Carla. Yeah. All right. So let me see now. Let's have a little listen to this, because this is in America. Yeah, obviously the most powerful country in the world and all of these things. All right, let's have a listen. Hold on.
Here today, I'm going to show you two photos.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you two photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face?
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act. Now,
You hear that, family, yeah? So Andrew is over a sex trafficked victim. So this woman that's for those of you that know, that's Andrew Mountbatten. Yeah, no longer Prince, being stripped of his titles. Yeah, this is the Queen's favorite son. Yeah, Mountbatten. This is the Queen's favorite son. Yeah, and this is a child traffic fucking victim, and my man's over her. Look, yeah, and Dessa, yeah, he's got his hand. What's his hand doing there? You know what I mean? Someone sleeping, just she's out cold. You get me? Someone's there with their feet up. Look, they're just fucked over there. Just me. All right, hold on. Telling you, boy.
only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before.
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Never
I agree with
mentioned
you. I agree with you. During
Were
the
you not here then?
Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I
question.
answer your question about protecting
You
Prince
answered the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's a video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
Got her.
This
Got
is so
her.
ridiculous, and that they are trying to
Got her.
deflect
Got
from
her.
all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no
Got her.
evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those
I'm
files
reclaiming my time.
be
I got your
released.
answer. You said there's no
President
evidence.
See, so he asked her a very direct question. She was stunned for a good amount of seconds. You understand what I'm saying to you? Then she had to think on her feet. Yeah, well, let's rewind that bit again, because listen, these are the people that are running the world, family. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, we should never ever think bad of ourselves ever again, man. You know what I mean? If you miss a tax payment or you miss, or do you know what I'm saying to you? You know the things that they got you under pressure for. Yo, they're out here doing fucking sick shit, man. You get me? And then got us worrying about fucking barking tickets and shit.
There's no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime.
Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is so ridiculous.
6 seconds, boy. 6 seconds of computation, boy. Yeah, because she's supposed to say, I don't know, I wasn't there, something like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but she's got into how, well, we're going to hear what she's saying. But remember, this is the Attorney General, you know. This ain't no little pew-pew people, you know. Yeah, top law people in office. These are law setters. And hold on a minute. Just let me in fact, what does the American Attorney General do? Let me actually see what the fuck these people do. Start. The U.S. Attorney General is the head of the Department of Justice. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Justice, you know. She is the head of the Department of Justice. Justice. Let that sink in. The chief law enforcement officer of the federal government and a cabinet member appointed by the president. They oversee federal law enforcement, advise the president on legal matters. Oh my God. And direct agencies like the FBI, DEA, and Bureau of Prisons. This woman has got that job. Hold on a minute. Yeah. And I bet she's got no credentials, you know. All right. Hold on a minute. Let me just quickly put her under the microscope. Hold on a minute. As we can do it so quickly, man. Who is the Attorney General of America? Right. Pam Bondi, yeah? Let me see. Somebody call you. Like, what's your credentials, man? Let me quickly. Who is? Right. Let's go to Wiki anyway. Born November the 17th, 1965, is an American attorney and politician who has served as the 87th United States Attorney General since 2025. A member of the Republican Party, she served as the 37th Attorney General of Florida. Okay, so she was Attorney General of Florida. Born and raised in Tampa Bay, graduated from Florida, Stetson Law School. Served as assistant state attorney. Look like she's been given handouts, man. 2020, defensive lawyer during his impeachment trial. All right, so she was definitely handpicked by Trump anyway, because I don't think she's got credentials to be AG.
And that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files.
I'm reclaiming my time. I got your answer. You said there's no evidence.
Trump asked
Chairman, please stop the clock.
Stop the clock. The legislation. This is
time. Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center.
Under oath.
He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off. And officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide.
Jeez.
He drove Donald Trump around.
California.
Okay.
Innocent
I'm going to
people.
put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is on videotape. You said there's no evidence of crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head.
You hear that? Met a girl that said she had been raped by Trump and Epstein, and later her head was blown off. This is the man that's sitting at the top of the pyramid in America. Crazy shit, blood.
Blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell. So should the men who patronized his operation. And as we say here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't know how you respond. No one can.
I did not ask a question,
He
Mr.
doesn't
You're
want
allowed
to talk
to.
about
I did
the
not ask a
horrific
question.
crime in California. He does not want to talk
I
about
did not ask a
crime
question.
in his
You
state.
can't just
Madam
ad
Attorney
lib
General.
stuff. I did not ask a question.
Meeting will be in order. The gentleman has yielded back his time. I think our next witness will be more than happy to let the Attorney General.
Madam
respond.
Attorney General, would you
Yeah.
like to?
Gentleman from Alabama is recognized for 5
You
minutes.
see that, family, yeah? He's talking about a report, yeah, that blatantly says that Epstein and Trump raped a gal, yeah, etc., etc. Her response, her rebuttal is to say to him, "Why don't you want to talk about crime in your city?" Oh my giddy uncle, man! This is how cold these people. And the thing is, what you got to remember that some of the victims or survivors are in that room listening. You know, they're actually behind her. These they're behind her. Yo, cold, man. Jeez, these people are cold.
You have a few minutes.
Thank you, Congressman. This is what Congressman Liu didn't want to talk about. He didn't want to talk about all the crime that is happening in his state. California refuses to honor detainees because of its dangerous sanctuary city policies. The refusal means California has released 4,561 criminal illegal aliens onto its street. The crimes of these aliens include 31 homicides, 661 assaults, 574 burglaries, 184 robberies, 1,489 dangerous drug offenses, 379 weapons offenses, and 234 sexual predator offenses. That's why they are deflecting. That's why they're trying to talk about the Epstein files. That's currently happening in his home state.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution.
Yes, family, man. So that was just, hold on a minute, let me just get it off the screen. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, man. So that was just to give you, for those of you that may not have seen it, a bit of context as to what is going on in American politics at the moment. You see what I'm saying to you? I watched that shit live, and I was amazed at what I was watching. Like I said, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And I mean, it went on for hours, man. So that's obviously just a small snippet. You know what I'm saying? But to know that woman there, like I said, and the victims were right behind her, you know what I mean? And she didn't give two fucks. You know what I'm saying to you? She couldn't. They're putting the evidence in front of her. No regard, I tell you, it was cold, man. Like, if I didn't know that these people were cold before, after this week, oh my gosh. But you know what I mean? The bigger thing is, what does it mean going forward, man? Because, like I said, yeah, I mean, how do the nations move forward, knowing that, boy, at the top, you know, of the ranks and whatever, are these fucking sick motherfuckers, man? Like, seriously, you know, I don't know, man. I mean, some will say it's nothing new, but if the worst thing for me is that now we're seeing it, and if no one goes down, yeah, the world's gonna become even more lawless than it is. You know what I mean? Because we already know it's quite lawless at the moment. But if people, especially young people, whatever, see that you can just do any type of fuckeries and get away with it, you know what I mean? Then you can't tell them nothing, man. If you know what I'm saying to you, like, oh my gosh, man, what can you say to them? Like, seriously, it's really sad, man. It was really, really sad. You know what I mean? All these young girls and boys, man. All these, and remember in America, they got the children on milk cartons and like. Anyway, they've been telling us in the movies. I can't even lie, man. They done been telling us in the movies, man. The movie. Why is it gone over there? What? 1 second, family. How did that happen, man? Oh, I see what. I see what's going on. Oh my god. Oh, big up yourself, Brother D, man. You really come catch me, man. I just touch up the live today, but big up yourself, bro. Always nice to see you, man. Big up to you and the family, man. Just talking about these demons out here, boy. You know, things what we done I talk about from a long time, D. You done that already. But what I'm gonna do, family, I'm gonna show you another clip of same thing, man, but this lady weren't having a bar of it, man. This sister here was not having a bar. So hold on a second, let me all right, let's have a little watch of this, family.
Concerning the threat of right-wing domestic terrorism, which the Department of Justice scrubbed from its website in September.
Without objection, the gentlelady from
Thank
Texas
you.
is recognized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. And to be clear, I'm not going to ask any questions of this witness because this witness has revealed that she has no intentions of answering questions. But instead, I'm going to ask some very basic questions really quickly of my colleague, Becca Ballant, if she will answer right or wrong, raping children.
Wrong.
Right or wrong, killing random citizens.
Definitely wrong.
Right or wrong, enriching yourself as the sitting president of the United States.
Definitely wrong.
Okay, thank you, because I probably never would have got that with our witness. Our witness who somehow is a lawyer but does not understand how it works with witnesses. I'm not really sure what law school she went to and what all kind of cases she tried, but typically when you come into a space and somebody's a witness, then they sit there and they answer questions instead of asking questions. And then we also have this objection that we use as lawyers called non-responsive when a witness fails to actually answer the question. But nevertheless, let me address the survivors, because that's exactly who they are. They are not victims, they are survivors. Let me say thank you for having more courage and moral clarity in your pinky fingers than the entire Department of Justice. We are currently the laughing stock of the world, partially because of the failed leadership within the DOJ, as we see kings and queens falling everywhere around the world. But we don't know the basics of right and wrong in this country, because it's not about partisanship. And that's why I applaud Thomas Massey, because he's the only person on the Republican side that has a backbone and knows how to stand up to corruption. But nevertheless, let me keep going. My Democratic colleagues have been attacked this entire committee hearing. They have been lied on. And frankly, the American people weren't looking for that. They were looking for answers about the corruption that they see coming from this administration. In the written testimony of this witness, of this particular witness, she stated that when she took office, she had two main goals. The first was to end the weaponization of justice, and second, to return the department to its core mission. Not only have you lied about both, you've intentionally done the exact opposite. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting journalists than you are prosecuting pedophiles and creeps. In fact, your boss, the President of the United States, stated that this administration, quote, took the freedom of speech away. And at your direction, DOJ has arrested Don Lemon and Georgia Fort. And I might add that y'all actually had a judge that rejected y'all for trying to arrest Don Lemon before, just like the grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Kelly, just like a grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Slotkin, just like the case against Tish James was dismissed and the case against Mr. Comey was dismissed. I completely don't get how it is that you're sitting at the top of DOJ, because you don't seem to be good at your job. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting these journalists. In fact, we know after Georgia Fort and Don Lemon were arrested, we know that there were homes of journalists that were raided. We know that threatened prosecution against students protesting your actions and forced tech companies to remove apps used to track ISIS activities. But let's circle back to you protecting pedophiles and creeps, because I want to talk about the president and his possible involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, I don't know what the president might have done with Jeffrey Epstein, but unlike this administration, I believe that facts matter. So let's talk about the facts. Fact number one, Donald Trump is one of the most named people in the Epstein files. At least 5,000 files contains more than 38,000 references to Trump, his wife, or Mar-a-Lago. Fact number two, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell made young girls available to Trump on multiple occasions. For example, according to this file, Ghislaine Maxwell presented a young girl to President Trump who spent more than 20 minutes apparently flirting with her. Here's another example. This shows notes from FBI investigators that describe Jeffrey Epstein transporting a victim to Mar-a-Lago to meet with President Trump, where he bragged to Trump that, quote, this is a good one. Now, I'm not saying that the president is a pedophile, but there is a lot of evidence in these files that suggests that he's very close friends with a lot of men who are pedophiles. What's crazy about all of this is
Wait. So good evening, Dean. So Dean's come in and's gone, Democrats are worse. Clinton is up for questioning and more people unalived by ICE under Obama. Like, what worse than, okay, so Dean, as you've taken the time to comment, worse than who, Bab? Democrats are worse than who? What are you comparing? What are you comparing and contrasting? Please let us know. Please let us know. Yeah. Before I say anything else, let me know what you're comparing and contrasting to, please, because you've come in there, you've obviously seen something on the screen, and you've just gone, Democrats are worse. Clinton's up for questioning, and more people unalived by ICE under Obama. So I'll let the video play and hopefully you're going to reply.
it's just that this is a big cover-up. And this administration is engaged in it. In fact, this administration is complicit. But there are numerous others, like how the DOJ is attempting to obstruct justice in the investigation of the rogue agents who have murdered American citizens, or how the DOJ seized voter data from Fulton County in an attempt to steal the 2026 midterm elections, or how federal agents have Tom Homan on tape accepting a bribe and your agency killed the investigation, or how your agency is ready to give the president a $230 million payday, which is unconstitutional. The Constitution is clear. The president shall not receive any payment except his salary while in office. The fact of the matter is that you will be remembered as one of the worst attorney generals in history, an attorney general who has prioritized obstruction over justice, corruption over the law, fealty to the president over loyalty to the Constitution. And Mr. Chairman, I will yield.
Gentlelady yields. Gentleman from Missouri is recognized, excuse me, gentleman from Kansas, the Attorney General, former Attorney General, Mr. Schmidt is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and General
Still
Bondi,
waiting
thanks for
for
being
your
here.
answer,
Did you have anything you wanted to say before we
I
talk?
do. Thank you, Congressman. Thank you, my friend, for many years. I find it interesting that she didn't even want to try, Congresswoman Crockett, to ask any questions, because she certainly did not condemn her leader, Hakeem Jeffries, for taking money from Jeffrey Epstein after Epstein was convicted. And I will be brief to give you your time, Congressman. This is what she didn't want to talk about. Texas, from Cuba, convicted, homicide, arson, weapon offense.
Convicted.
You know,
So what we
Estrada,
talking about? Convict some of
Texas,
these
convicted,
perpetrators that
homicide.
rape these women that are
Chairman,
sitting
time
behind
belongs-
you
time
that
belongs
you
to the
refuse
gentleman
to even
from
acknowledge
Kansas.
they are here.
Time belongs to the
Texas.
gentleman from Kansas.
Mr. Chairman, could I have a few seconds
You
back
bet,
to make
you
up
bet.
for the yelling? Thank
bet.
you. General,
Thank
did you have anything
Congress.
further to say?
Texas, convicted of homicide. Cecil Joseph from Dominican Republic. Texas, convicted for kidnapping, rape. Khalid Khan from Afghanistan. That's why they want to talk about Epstein and not what's happening in their own states.
Thank you, General.
So you heard that, folks. You heard that, folks. Yeah, the woman before outlined all the egalities, the this, the that, the rare, that, and the Attorney General, the top of the American legal tree, rebuts it by talking about people that have been convicted already, and obviously they're foreigners with foreign names, etc., etc. And this is yo, Mel. Boy, I would love for you to come up and give me a chat, my girl. I'm not gonna lie, man. Let me see if you're up for it, my girl. Cause boy, sir, I don't know what I go on the land there, sir. But yo, I'm putting the link for anyone else still. But yeah, man, this is where we are, family, whereby, yeah, you saw it there first. Not even first, but you know what I mean? You saw it there. You know what I mean? They're telling her very specific things, specificities about her boss, this, that, and the other. You get me? You live and direct in 4K, you see, I should have swerved that. Don't care about the children. Don't care about the pitting them. Remember, they're standing there, Them people there that you saw with the boards and all that, they're victims, or as the woman or Crockett called them, survivors, Yeah. They only care. I just think if you're not they only care about non-white people who commit. Yeah. Well, if it's a way to get them out of the shit that they're in, then yeah. You see what I'm saying, but yeah, I don't see how they're gonna. I don't know, man. I just don't know. If I was living there, I wouldn't have no confidence in my government. Manure, you're not involved yet here, but I just want to know. Tell me what I go up on the ground still. You know how it feels on the ground. Do remember that America's a criminal enterprise. These are not in power represent pure brutal gangsterism. The vile, naked, racist domination is open. Very true, very true. Well, this is what it is, Brother D. Yeah, I mean, it's the time of Aquarius, isn't it? The mask, Africa off, everything, Africa get revealed. It really is. That time is either that or Revelation, one of the two. But I'll go with Aquarius still, 100%. And like we keep saying, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You know what I mean? And there's been whistleblowers for a long time. People done been trying to talk, done been talking, and people are hearing and them not here. But now all the old clips are coming up now. All old clips are coming up now. Where the young girl them are taught the things from a long time in the 70s and 80s and 90s coming all the way up. Yeah. And remember, this didn't start in the nows, you know. This is no new thing, you know. You know what I mean? These fuckers have always been brute. I mean, we're not even have to get into the brutality caused upon my people, them. You know what I mean? Because I was listening to something. And they were talking about it was in the time they were talking about in the time of slavery. Yeah, and they were saying how there was a particular name for them, you know. I'll soon remember, but you had particularly young black girls who were sold. Because I'm thinking because they were saying in the 1800s or whatever, they were being sold for like $1,200, $1,300 and then where I'm thinking, hold on, that's a whole heap of money. Do you know what I mean? For them time there, yeah? But basically they're selling off the young gal them. Yes, I'm saying to you, and there was a particular name for them. I can't remember, but basically they're selling off the young gal them. You know what for? Yeah. So these little nasty fucks have done been doing this type of shit for a long time. This is about protecting Israel and protecting Mossad Israel. Trump is up to his neck in it. It really is a surprise. Listen to the way he wants to have intercourse with his own daughter. Yeah, well, all of them things there. All right, Smiler. All of them things there. But again, these things were highlighted before we got into government. You know what I mean? Where we done said that, if it wasn't his daughter, he would. Yeah, we've heard all these things, man. But the people them just put their fucking fingers in their ear and like, I can't hear. Immigrants, wall, Mexicans. You know what I mean? That's all they heard, man. That's all they heard, man. These right wingers over here, man. Because I remember we were having conversations with them. They didn't give a fuck about them thing there, man. All they wanted to hear about was immigrants, the wall, and all them thing there. Yeah? That's what got their dopamines going. And that's what I was saying. You lot don't give a fuck about the pitney them. Yeah, you lot don't give a fuck about the pitney them. Because if you gave a fuck about the pitney them, then you give a fuck about all children. Yeah? And the thing is, like I said, I want to know what the fucking gummies of this world and the Wendy's of this world are saying right now with all this information coming out. You understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah? About how other girls are being groomed by the royalties, by the upper echelons. Yeah? Have they got, and Tommy Robinson and them people, have they got the same fucking girl that they got for the Pakistani grooming gangs and all that? Or is it just the brown people that they got the vibes for? You know what I mean? Because these people are doing these things on a much larger scale, it could be argued. Yeah? Or royalty and that. Yeah? Killing people off on the rounds and that. Getting, but they're not going to you're not going to hear nothing about that. Because they're not brown people. Yeah? I'm telling you, man. Even the other Mountbatten, the bigger one that got blown up, he used to deal with the little young boys and listen. Oh, you're back. You didn't answer my other question, Dean. You just disappeared because I was asking you who are you comparing it to, bruv. You came in and was on a thing like, it's not as bad to Clinton's. I'm like, who are you comparing it to? And you disappeared. Now you've come and said grooming gangs got a pass. So hold on a minute. Didn't Epstein? Dean, I know you ain't even got the fucking bollocks to click the link. Yeah, but what do you mean who didn't? Which paedophile ring hasn't had a pass, Dean? Which paedophile ring hasn't got a pass? Didn't get a pass? Look how long they were look how long the Catholic Church was peeding off the people them pitney. Look how long. What are you talking about? And this is what I'm trying to say, man. Your lot's bias is just too blatant, man. It's ridiculous. You lot don't give a fuck about all children. You just give a fuck about your children, which is fine. But then just say that, innit? Don't go on like, oh, the children, my girls are good. Nah, you give a fuck about your girls. You get me? They won't call out their own, but cons, hotel gangs, all hushed up. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but you see, the thing is, yeah, and this is why, I mean, you right wingers, you're a little bit slow, but it is what it is. And that's why they need you. Because you see, to me, all of it's nasty. You understand me? You're all of it's nasty. I don't try to separate them. They're all a bunch of nasty fucking cretins. You get me? But you want to separate them. Yeah, watch this. You know their vibe. They won't call out their own. What happened to Khan's hotel gangs all hushed up? You know what I mean? I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, you lot are still trying to politicize, yeah, the abuse of children, man. That's why you lot are just vipers, blood. You lot are just fucking vipers, man. Yeah, politicize. You're just like this Bondi woman. No different. No different to this Bondi woman. You lot just politicize it, man. You lot don't give a fuck about them gal there. You're a dickhead, Dean. Watch this. You're so you who when you say you, who are you talking about? First of all, when you say you, who are you talking about? You only go for Republicans, never the Liberals or Democrats. That's including the Royals and Labour man. What the fuck are you talking about, man? You're just, you know what it is now. You're just ranting, man. You know what it is, yeah. You've been around certain YouTube streets too long in it, because now you just write like that is such a dickhead statement, man. That's a sort of low IQ statement. Like, yeah, you've definitely been contaminated. You've been contaminated, man. I was gonna give you I'm gonna try and give you a chance to have a conversation, but already you're showing me that you just been groomed to chat shit. You know what I mean? So I'll just keep it moving, man. It's not even like he's trying to protect Trump, Delani. He's just a dickhead, man. He's just making dickhead statements. You know what I mean? But like I said, he's obviously moving with the wrong people, then, man. You know? So we'll keep that. Big ears Charles a liberal. What's that got to do with anything? Why you said you dickhead? You said you only go for Republicans. Yeah? Yeah. Anyway, fuck off, man. You're a dickhead, man. You know what I'm saying to you. But like I was saying, fam, and this is what I'm trying to say, yeah. Even with all the things that people will hear, you'll still have people like this making statements like this, man. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say. They don't care about that's what I'm trying to say. There's so many people in this world that don't really care about the injustices and whatever. You know what I mean? They just care about how they can use certain things to push their agenda and and politicize things. Because for me, this is one thing that everyone in the world that say that they're on the right side of anything should be able to come together on. You know what I mean? The mere fact that people are trying to politicize it and partisan it and all that, you lot are sick fucks. You get me? Absolute sick fucks, man. Yeah? Because at the end of the day, anyone that's been following this knows that there's sick fucks on the Democrat side and on the fucking Republican side and everything in between. So why a dickhead thinks he needs to come in here and be like, oh, Clinton's worse, blah, 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 blah. Worse than what? And all now you can't answer me. Worse than what? Yeah, I know Clinton's there in the thing, but I'm saying worse than what? You know what I mean? I wouldn't have minded if you said, well, Clinton's in there and gave me a power or an outline of one of the things that Clinton's being accused of so we can compare and contrast. You know what I mean? Yeah, because your boss is in there over 1 million times if you want to compare and contrast. Yeah, your boss raped gal if you want to compare and contrast. Your boss, Dean, yeah, Trump, put his finger upon gal's things to try to measure it. Young gal. That's what your boss done. Yeah? Put his big dirty finger upon some young gal to fucking measure her pum pum. That's what your boss done. You get me? So if you want to come in here, Come and tell me what Clinton's done then. Yeah, because I'm not sticking up for none of them sick fucks. But no, all of them. Yeah, but you're definitely not going to hear me like, well, this one did this and this. No, man. Allow it, man. Allow it, man. Yeah, allow it, man. It's all criminal enterprise from the founder. 100%, man. Remember, this is America's built on this shit. You get me? If you want to get political about it, America's built on this shit, man. Yeah, I mean, there is no worse. They're all guilty and complicit, including the old EDL and still march with Tommy Rubinson. Well, you know what I mean? All I want to know, what has Tommy said? Yeah, because he's all about fucking the girls and whatever. What has he said about what he's heard? What's he said about Andrew? Nothing. Yeah, absolutely. I've heard people. What was that woman called? I'll see if I can find it actually. I'll see if I can find it. I've heard some people backing this thing. I'm like, oh my God, these people are disgusting, man. Absolutely disgusting, man. And worse when you hear women defending certain things, you're like, oh my gosh, man. Seriously. All right, hold on a second. Let's just change tact a little base. Hold on. So I can get to stay Hold on a minute.
Unless you've got evidence for any of that, I'm not going to just allow you to spew any cock and bull conspiracy theory that has come to your mind.
Once David Boyes during Trump's first,
Unless you've got evidence for any of that, I'm not going to just allow you to spew any cock and bull conspiracy theory that has come to your mind.
Once David Boyes, it might take to the point where he passes away, and then I feel like the floodgates will open, and all.
Well, you know
these
what?
people,
David Boyes might well sue you. David Boyes might well sue you over what you just said.
Well,
it's a
these
very
girls
serious
are
defamation.
in touch with the Metropolitan Police. So what I want to tell you is I'm very much in touch with the police, literally on WhatsApp, and they know a lot of information that you guys are not privy to. But
Do you know what, Victoria? With the greatest respect, I think you talk utter shit. Unless you've got evidence for any of that, I'm not going to just allow you to.
Hold on, I wanted to show you the beginning of that bit, but it's hold on a sec. Let me try and find the right clip. 1 second. Yeah, 1 second, because I'm trying to say, yo, I'm telling you, boy, if you never see these things, yeah, people could tell us a lie, yeah, tell. Is it this? It's not that one, is it? Oh, it's back a bit early. 1 second, family. 1 second. All right, Bob. Yeah, 1 second.
The original victim who led to Epstein's conviction, and the commentator and editor at the New Statesman, Ollie Dugmore. Welcome to all of you. Well, Lady Victoria Harvey, let me start with you, because last time you were on Uncensored, we discussed the infamous picture of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and Virginia Giuffre, and you said this.
Andrew has never carried a wallet in his life. He's got a wallet in his back pocket. There's many pictures of Jeffrey Epstein with the same trousers. Jeffrey did carry a big wallet in his back pocket.
So you're saying the picture was faked?
There's nothing real about this image, Piers.
Well, what is the motive?
Because I want this guy to stay alive.
But who is the? What is the
dying
motive
in this case?
What is the motive of the person who, in your view, falsified this photograph?
Oh, well, they were taking down the royal family, weren't they?
Well, who were?
Maybe Israel. Who knows?
So we now know from the document dump last Friday that Ghislaine Maxwell sent an email to Epstein, said in 2001, I was in London when Virginia Giuffre met a number of friends of mine, including Prince Andrew. A photograph was taken, as I imagined she wanted to show it to friends and family. That is clear confirmation that Ghislaine Maxwell, who's in that picture, knew that picture had been taken and it was genuine. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to now apologize for saying that it was a fake. Because clearly you were wrong.
Are you kidding? Come on, Piers. You know me better than that. So I spoke to Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer about that. It was a draft statement that had actually been written by a PR person. It was not ever approved by Ghislaine. Hence, it was never used for anything, and it just sat there as a draft, and it ended up, look, everything ended up in the Epstein files, all right? Like, I'm even in your file.
You're in what, sorry?
I'm in your Epstein file.
What Epstein file?
Well, you're in it, obviously, because you're not a loser.
Well, we're going to come to that ridiculous statement in a moment, but what are you referring to?
I'm referring to you being in the Epstein files, of course.
For what?
Just, you know, being at a drinks party, possibly with Ghislaine, just talking about you. You must have read it, surely.
Yeah, that's not in the files.
It is in the files.
No, that was from her deposition
no, it's
months
not.
ago.
I promise you.
No, it's not in. It's not in the files.
I saw it in the file. I've read your whole file.
You can literally search all 3 million documents in people's names. I'm not in it. The picture you're talking about, the picture.
You're in the Epstein files.
Do it after the
Piers.
show. Do it after the show. The only connection I've ever had to either of them, as I've said many times, is I met Ghislaine Maxwell for 5 minutes at a book launch in New York. She was then asked about that in her lengthy testimony, and she said under oath that was the only time she ever met me. I never met Epstein or anything else.
But just Google yourself in that government website. You come up quite a lot.
No, you're talking about other people talking about me. We're talking about the Epstein file dump that came on Friday.
But exactly. So you've come to my very point when I said if you're not mentioned, you're a loser, because people that are mentioned in it might not have even had affiliation with Jeffrey Epstein. They might never have met him. But the fact is they were mentioned possibly in an email that was sent to him. Hence, they ended up in the Epstein files. Do you get it now?
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're ready to record,
I don't quite get the point you're making, but in relation to being a loser if you're not in them, do you understand how crass and stupid that looks to people when you say that?
It basically was meant as if you are a mover, if you were like a mover and a shaker in the like high echelons of society internationally, you were in those files. Hence, everybody from Ben Affleck to Matt Damon to Elton John to Meryl Streep, everybody is in those files.
Lady Victoria Harvey, I mean, you've been very steadfast in your support of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, but given what you've now
That's quite a long name, isn't
been
it?
reading, well, you know, he had all his titles stripped quite rightly, but
still got
given
his
what
name,
you've now,
yeah.
right, but given what you've now seen about what he was up to,
So let me just give you an update. Let me just give you an update. So as of within the last 24 hours, the FBI did a statement and they said, with all the information that they have seen, all the millions of files, everything, they have come to a conclusion that this was not a sex trafficking ring.
Well, where's
So
that statement?
Let that sink in. It's all over. I sent the link to your producers this morning. So
No, no
and
one's been able to find that statement. So you're talking about a statement. Nobody has seen this statement.
The FBI has said, and I will send it to your people afterwards, that it was not. So exactly what I told you in 2019, I said, Piers, these girls were not trafficked. And that word was too strong a word. Anyway, the FBI have recently said this in the last 24 hours. It was not a sex trafficking operation. Yes.
Well, let me bring Spencer Cooven. Let me bring Spencer Cooven back on that.
I promise
you'll know
you,
better than anybody.
It's out there, and I will.
Spencer Cooven. Apparently, it was none of this involves sex trafficking. Spencer Cooven.
There might have been girls that were abused. That is not the wording, but it was not a. It was not a sex trafficking ring.
Ms. Harvey.
So yeah. I just want to. I just want to get the right information out there because there's a lot of disinformation.
Well, yeah, and most of it appears to be coming out of your mouth. I think at the end of the day, what we need to remember,
you're making money from this.
We have nearly hundreds of young girls under the age of 18 that were sexually abused and trafficked
because you are making money from this.
By Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Don't forget that we have one woman who's sitting in jail, convicted.
How much money did you make from this?
Convicted of sex trafficking.
See?
And at the end of the day, I think the problem we have is that we're giving voice to people like Miss Harvey.
I'm not Miss Harvey, I'm Lady Victoria, actually.
Oh, okay, Miss Harvey. For 20 years, people have been fighting. These young girls have been fighting to be heard, fighting to make sure the world knows what happened to them.
So how much money have you made from this?
And finally, the U.S. government is starting to release the documents that verify what these girls have been saying all along.
The FBI just verified it's not a sex trafficking ring. Okay.
Okay. Is this the same FBI that apparently is hiding additional documents and deleting names that are in those documents?
I don't know,
the same
but that's
FBI
that's what's
about?
happening. So
yeah,
it's out there. Even ABC News, which is not always the most reliable.
Victoria, here's what I just find completely baffling. That even with this unbelievable
and they also spoke about Virginia.
No, hang on,
how Virginia lied.
Let me finish,
this is
please.
huge.
You see how this woman and the one before are the same, yeah? I mean, and to be honest, as a woman as well, I have to state, yeah, when a woman can be this cold, you understand what I'm saying to you, on such a subject, yeah, you know they're demonic. Yeah, I got to keep it a buck, man. You know they are demonic. You know what I mean? She's not even acknowledging what is being. Yo, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, we are witnessing something special here, family. I'm telling you, man. It takes a special type of person to be able to do this, man. Seriously, like, and that's why you know that there are some real sick demons in this world. Yeah, and they walk amongst us. You understand? And they're in all different echelons of the world. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Fucking demonic, man. There's no other words for it. Yeah? I'll press play still, but yo, I tell you, and as a woman as well, when you got no type of feeling for shit, man, like, that's just, you're just cold. You're dead. These women are dead, man. Them not in the pitney.
Let me finish, please.
Yeah.
Let me finish. Even notwithstanding a 3 million document dump of files, which reveal the most horrific stuff going on with Epstein, with Ghislaine Maxwell, with others, you still just want to pretend there's nothing to see here. Why?
I'm not pretending there's nothing to see here. I'm just stating what the FBI have come to the conclusion it was not a sex trafficking ring.
Nobody's seen that.
Which means Ghislaine is in jail for not trafficking to anybody. So she should be released right away.
She was found guilty.
But there are no clients. There was no client list, Piers. You're not understanding it. I like you a lot.
You're not understanding she was
convicted
and sent to prison.
I know it's very frustrating
doesn't
for
get
people
it.
like you because it's just like the media has built it up into this
Are
huge thing.
you
Yes,
listening
obviously
to this?
Jeffrey
Are you
Epstein was a
listening to
spy.
this
Like
woman?
I
All right,
totally,
baby.
that is
All
true.
right,
Like
me.
he was working for various different intelligences.
It has
We
been a
know
long
that.
time.
But the fact is, he was not lending out the
I
girls
was going
to
to be
his
very
friends.
facetious, but I'll leave it
He
there.
was.
Really?
We know that he was.
Everybody
We've
knows
seen
he
And
was.
evidence
sir,
We've
that he
I
seen
don't
it
know
in the
what your name
documents.
is, the lawyer, but you obviously made a lot of money from this. Can you tell us what you made from this?
Wow.
Can you tell us what you've done with Mr. Andrew? Can you tell us about your relationship with him and what he's told
I
you?
haven't seen
Why
him
don't
in
you
many
talk to us
years.
about what he's admitted to
I'm
you?
defending him because I know he is not guilty.
And you know this because he told you
how do
this
you know
and he
that?
talked to you about it?
I want to come and talk about that
know.
in a piece.
You know, I've been very good so far. I was right about COVID. I was right about the vaccines. I was right about BLM. I'm right about this.
Wait, you may think it's impossible, but a 10-year-old made this game, and he did it with UE5.
And I would think that.
All right, Katie Dickel, let me bring you back in here.
He should absolutely be doing that. And I'm quite astonished by some of the things that Lady Victoria has said on air. I have to say, I think all of our feelings and empathy need to be with those girls. When you hear how young they were, it's truly terrible.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm afraid Victoria
I just thought of something else I would just like to put out there because, you know, being in my position, I have been in a position where I have been able to be vocal. And that means that I've had a lot of people reaching out to me with information. A couple of months ago, I had a British girl reach out to me. And she said that her and her friends met Jeffrey Epstein in Virginia the weekend of March 10th, 2001 at the Dorchester Hotel. Virginia lured them to Jeffrey's hotel. She made the girls lie and say that they were 18 years old. One was 13, one was 14. They actually signed NDAs with Virginia, and David Boys paid them off. Now, they're too scared to come out.
Well, unless you've got evidence for any of that, I'm not going to just allow you to spew any cock and bull conspiracy theory that has come to your mind.
Once David Boys, it might take to the point where he passes away, and then I feel like the floodgates will open, and all
Well, you
these
know what?
people,
David Boys might well sue you. David Boys might well sue you over what you've just said.
Well,
it's a
these
very
girls
serious
are
defamation.
in touch with the Metropolitan Police. So what I want to tell you is I'm very much in touch with the police, literally on WhatsApp, and they know a lot of information that you guys are not privy to. But,
do you know what, Victoria? With the greatest respect, I think you talk utter shit.
All right.
And I'm sorry. I've known you a long time. I think you've disappeared down a conspiracy rabbit hole that is frankly
I've always been right about my conspiracies. You were wrong about COVID and you were wrong about the vaccine.
You don't give a damn about these girls. You don't give a damn about these victims. You think it's fine to smear all of them. You admit it. You proudly admit it. And I think it's shameful.
Why would I feel sorry for people that are liars?
We now know from these documents just how disgusting the scandal is, and yet still you come on shows like this and you're still in total denial for reasons that completely
can we talk about the quality of girls? So Anushka DeGiorgio as an example. You know what she did? Like, this is the caliber of person we're talking about. Anushka DeGiorgio.
Actually, I'm not going to let you smear them. I'm sorry.
She was the girl
I'm just not
that
going to let
set
you do
up
it.
Tom Parker
No, I'm not going to
Bowles.
let you do it.
No,
sorry,
she
cut
did
it,
it.
Mike.
She did that long story.
I'm not letting you do it. I'm not letting you smear these victims anymore. I'm just not going to let you do it. Just cut her off. Ollie Dugmore, this is an extraordinary.
Telling your family, man. So there you go, man. Another woman with blatant disregard for the victims, just there to protect her fucking, you know what I mean, Andrew in this case. Like they're saying, someone's saying she's been bung a few quid. Obviously the Royal Palace and whatever have got to do their damage limitation as well, so we can't be naive in that regard. And watching The Crown actually taught me a lot about what goes on the other side, to be honest. Yeah, that program there taught me a lot still. But anyway, big up yourself, Brother D, man. Well, go on, man.
Rise up, Empress, rise up. See, it's glad to be on your platform, and say, yeah, big up to your audience, my respect every time.
Give thanks. Yeah, man, I don't even come here again, boy, but boy, Mr. Through my little channels are also a documentary of what going on in the world, you know what I mean? So when my grandchildren come for watch it, you know. They can see
Yeah,
along the way
man.
on, you know.
Yeah, the journey. You know, it's a part of the journey, Empress. I just come from a timeline a while ago and say, wow, Empress still there, but I do that thing. Me respect that,
Boy,
man. You have to keep it up, man. Keep it up, you know.
I know.
And you know, I'm available from time to time. You know, there's just I'm there to support you. You
Oh,
know,
give thanks,
but
man. Appreciate,
but you you
appreciate.
you you you- you're covering some very important issues. You know, and I tell you the truth, Rasta. You know, we're living in some very dark times. I tell you the
Boy,
truth.
I
I've
tell you, boy.
never seen it this worse in terms of leadership, in terms of character. I mean, we're living in a civilization, a society that we have endured enslavement, we have endured colonialism, neo-colonialism, and we have emerged. And in our lifetime, we have seen them try to put on a show to pretend like they are decent people and they're about freedom and justice and equality and everybody can get a piece of the pie. But we have been suspecting all along this is just lip service. You know, see, we know imperialism is a vicious, vile system. We see what they've done to our ancestors. Only demons can do that to people, what they did to our people. And we have been
That's it.
saying all along, we can't trust them people, and them people are wicked, but they have always been so good at crafting this imagery that they're okay, everything's gonna be all right. And you see now when one of their who represent how they feel inside have come to power now. And this they feel like this is the last hurrah, you know. They feel like this is the last kick that they have before the system fall. So
Right,
this,
right.
I mean, you know, when I listen to the rhetoric that comes from these people, they're not even hiding nothing. They're telling
No,
you
sir.
exactly how they feel. You know what I mean? They tell you exactly what they're gonna do, and they're doing it. So we are
I
on
mean,
no illusion.
no, I mean,
Go ahead,
absolutely.
my
I mean,
sister.
no, I mean, no, just to echo what you're saying, because like I said, the way how Trump is moving, I can't believe it. I
Yeah, I
cannot
mean,
believe
it's
the way the
in
man's
our
moving.
lifetime we have no reference for this type of attitude and behavior. We only read
Mm,
about the movies that are on enslavement and movies about colonialism. And you see some wicked white man on TV or you know what I'm saying, or in the movies. But you never really come across them kind of them one day. And they've been so good at trying to pretty up the language and use all this kind of fancy talk. But if you listen to JD Vance and you listen to Trump, you say, oh, where they blows and listen, them people are still about and they're not mincing their words, Empress.
no,
They're not mincing it, you know.
no,
And
but
when we look
remember,
now,
and I know you've got I know you got links to America and then way there, man. But remember, this is the second time they put him in, you know.
of course,
And remember,
and that is another part of it. But when you
they
see, let me tell you something, Empress. In America, there is an ideological block that a lot of people abroad may not be familiar with. There is a deep right wing conservative element in America, far right, who believe in returning America to what it was when white people were dominant, when white people run things, when their culture was the dominant culture, where white woman is the standard for beauty and they set the standard. They set the
but
rules
has
and the
that
regulations. But no, but they feel that they have lost that. They feel that they have lost that influence, that power. If you look at the Heritage Foundation, one of the architect of this whole so-called MAGA movement is an institution called the Heritage Foundation. They're the one who wrote Project 2025, and they lay out the blueprint for the taking. for the Trump administration to take America and the legislation that he should bring into picture. All those executive orders that you see he was signing off when he comes to power. All those was pre-arranged by their Heritage Foundation. They want to bring back America to Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, and them man the type of America they want bring about, you know. They want when they talk about conservative, they want to conserve the dominancy of white people in America. And they feel as if in the last maybe 4 or 5 decades, America has been slipping away from them. You know, see it. And their standing is not recognized. A lot of the institutions in America have become too diverse. So that's why they come straight up and say, we don't want no diversity, we don't want no inclusion, we don't want no equity. They must deal with that up front. But that was the shocking part about it. They didn't mince their words. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, believe it or not, Trump is a numbskull. The ideological and the intellectual might is the organization and behind him, who sit down there for years and building the agendas and studying and plotting and conspiring to take power. And they got a willing soldier now to go forward now. And just give him the lyrics, them, give him the platform and say, go forward. And when focus on fear, he focused on fear. That was the linchpin to get the power. Convince white people say they're under attack. That was his he used fear and he used xenophobia and blame the foreigners, blame black people, blame everybody else for any fault, any difficulty that white people feel, any anxiety. And it's most of it is emotional and cultural. That was the key. He didn't really run on any type of specific campaign like economic, I'm going to make this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to bring about certain differences. He used vague terms. What you say I'm going to do? When I tell him say, I'm going to end inflation, and I'm going to this and that. He have no policy agenda. His whole campaign was based on fear, white fear, convince white people that you're under attack, you're under threat, your influence is diminishing.
Same as before, minute.
Yes, and it worked. It worked. And this is what they're going to try to use going forward. But I think now we're almost at a turning point now where people begin to wake up. Because you see, when they start to killing white people, I think that was a turning point. Because what you're going to see, they're going to withdraw from Minnesota now. They're going to start pulling back.
Yeah,
Because they realize that white people appetite for killing white people is not there. You can't come to them and try to convince them that white people is the enemy. You can convince them that black people are the enemy, foreigners are the enemy, and use that to gain power. And they've done that skillfully. You know what I'm saying? Bold and don't care. And another thing I would like to make a comment on, sister, is the woman them. We know the man them is vile, you know. But I hear these women, I don't know where he find them, and put them to attorney general, head of Homeland Security, head of all kind of art. And these women, I don't know how they get law degrees, how they get any quality, what school do they go to learn this madness? It just appear, come out of their mouth, just heartless, vile, despicable, disingenuous lies that's coming out of their mouth without no shame. It's extraordinary. When they killed that man, they said the man was a this and that terrorist and he was coming to slaughter them in the bungle. I'm saying, blows that skirt. How can they do it with how can they say these things with a straight face? Empress, boy, these is extraordinary. And all of them, whenever they go on TV, whenever they go in these hearings, they perform it for one man. Every statement is to please one man. It's not about the truth. It's not about telling you what happened. You got to craft a narrative that man is watching, feels good. Stroke his ego. The dear leader.
I think it was 2,000 lawyers have left the DOJ. They left.
Oh yes, there's a lot of people leaving. A lot of decent people. Some people who at least got a little conscience to say, boy, this is not right. You got people on all across the board who know in themselves say whether man do right. You got people who actually know that in themselves that they're going too far. The brother was trying to bring up Obama, and Obama deported a lot of people. But guess what? Nobody ever saw it. You didn't see no doors getting kicked in and people getting round up and shot in the streets. That wasn't happening. They were doing it like how law enforcement do their operation. They go to court, they go to home, they knock on the door, they present and they do their thing. And no one is the wiser. Everything's done in a more civil way. They still got deported, but how they doing it? They want to brag and boast about it. They want to do
See,
it in the
all over my timeline now, boy. That enough of them are getting nostalgic, boy. Saying,
yeah, exactly. Because he had a little decency about himself. He had a little decorum. You know what I mean? You got to get one thing with the Democrats. The Democrats, they do it with a little style. They try to pretty things up, but they get the same job done. They're maintaining white supremacy. They're maintaining capitalism in America. They're maintaining the position of the ruling class, but they try to do it with a little more finesse. You understand? But these lots, they don't care about finesse. They don't care about how you feel. They don't care about what you think. They just come to impose their will, impose their agenda, whether you like it or not. And a lot of them nasty and dirty. As you can see, the Epstein file, they're just as corrupt as they come. See it? And they get themselves fat rich in the process too. Because this presidency boy, he don't even hide, he have no shame about making millions and billions. Anyway, he can get a few millions, he's going to get it. That's the kind of mentality that they have. They don't care. It's all about power at this stage. Just about power.
But
so
the American people must be just sleeping, because how are they allowing him to do it so blatantly? It's not even like he's trying to hide. And he's using their money to make his family money. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, you see, what happens is that he is in a very unique position.
Strong position.
He's in a very powerful position because, number one, they got the presidency, they got the Senate, they got the House, the three branch of government, and they got the other branch, which is the Supreme Court. The majority of them support that whole conservative agenda, back to how it was, back to how the founding fathers meant it to be. And when we were enslaved by them same founding fathers. You understand? You got Clarence Thomas, who would have expected as a black man, you would go there and defend the position of, diversity. He's there pushing that same white supremacist agenda. Clarence Thomas is a white supremacist black man. Extraordinary. And these are the things then that we have to witness. And as people without power, we have to stand on the sideline and look.
But on another day, Brother D, I wouldn't even mind having a couple conversations about what you're even saying there still, but not necessarily today, but on another day.
Okay, my sister. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
But once we start to utter, everything just come out and it just start flow. But man, just guide the conversation.
No, I don't mind.
Yeah. Man. Do,
saying,
do,
and
do
I'm
you,
like,
do you think, man? You know,
no,
yeah,
because it all interrelates, yeah. But because my thing is, yeah, if we
yeah,
ain't
yeah.
careful, yeah, if we're not careful,
Mm-hmm.
history's not gonna be kind to us, brother. You get me? It's not gonna
It,
be
it,
kind.
it is,
You
but
know,
you know, it's gonna swing back. You know
it
what you
can
see
only swing
today.
back if we make it swing back, though. And man, not tell no lie, you know, me can't see it. Me can't see it, big man. Me not tell
But
no lie.
yeah, the thing now, Empress. You see, within the context of America, the ruling class will still be in power.
But not just
Capitalism will
America, though,
still,
brother D. And that's my point, isn't it? Not just
yeah,
America.
yeah.
Obviously, America's
We-
like the starship, as it were, but
Yeah,
not just
the
America.
epicenter right now. Yeah, yeah. They're the
Yeah. But
the
not
epicenter.
just
But
because
the
you know
Western world,
which part we come from. You see what going on? Listen, big man.
yes. But you
Yeah.
see, it's a big discussion, Empress. And
That's what that I'm asking, man.
I'm a high altitude thinker. You know what I'm saying? And I try to, look at the big picture. You know what I'm saying, to make sense of it. Because sometimes if we look at the small things, then we don't get to see the full thing. If we can't connect the dots and
Yeah,
can
the
like
thing
see,
I
open the
hear that.
lens and see. So that's what once I get going, I tend to start open up the lens and start to open up the historical lens, and then we can see. Because you got to understand what is motivating these people. You know what I mean? We know that greed. We know that you
Not
know.
talk about them. Me I talk about we.
Yeah. That's
Like them
gotta
me I
be.
talk
See,
about.
you're talking about a whole
We want to talk about.
episode.
At the end of the day, regardless of for
What they
them
do.
movements, yeah.
Yeah, what we
Regardless
are
of
do.
for
Yes.
them movements, for them on, they're always
Yeah,
gonna
what we
move.
are do.
We
Yes,
exact.
yeah, what we are gonna do.
You get me? We
We
know
have
what they.
issues.
We know what they give. But now,
Yeah.
what are we doing about it? Because,
That,
and that's what I'm trying to say. If we're gonna start move different, history is not gonna be kind to us. I'm telling you, it's not.
that you're correct, Empress.
Not
We have a lot of
kind.
work to do. We have a lot of repairing to do, Empress. A lot of healing, a lot of restoration to do. I mean, we are damaged people, Empress, and we got to fix up. We got to fix up. You know what I mean? And right now, we're in a very vulnerable position right now because white supremacy is at an all-time high. They're not even playing with us anymore. So we got to get our act together. You know, yeah, it is what it is,
Brother, you know,
Empress. We got to
say,
get our act.
in England, you know, say only for the people them are run back. You get me? So
Yes, man.
over Yasser, it's kind of finished already. You know that already. It's kind of done, man.
Of course. Then most of my brethren them they know, and most of the people them said not there. The only thing you can do here is try to make some funds, get some skills, get some equipment, and go back home and build. There's no joy. There's no genuine joy here. You're not really living. You're just surviving. You're just going through the motions of day to day. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's extraordinary time we're living in. But I tell you, man, Empress, we have to make sure that we build up home. Africa, the Afrobean, we have to take control of those territories and build them. Because they're behind, we've been held back for centuries. We have a lot of catching up to do, a lot of building to do, most of us, we got skills here that turn us into superheroes back home. And we can build and build communities and enjoy life once again. And trust me, many people are doing it. Many people are deciding to go
No,
home
yeah,
and build,
definitely.
you know. But obviously, not everyone can do that.
But you
Not
see, all
everyone is
right
in
then.
a
All right
position to
then.
just jump on a
But one
plane
second.
and cut.
Wait. But all right then. You see all that what you just said there, yeah, which I do agree with, yeah. But
Yes.
you see, and this is what I'm trying to say, on another day still. It's not today, but
Yeah.
although I don't disagree with what you're saying, yeah, my thing is
Mhm.
this, yeah. like if you've been playing, no, that's not even a good analogy, man. But I hear you, man. I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it there. I hear you, man.
Now, Empress, listen, Empress, there's a lot of ways. There's no one way, Empress. The reality is that many of us will not be able to make that trot. Some of us have to remain. But
Yeah,
the
but this is
idea
what I'm
of a
trying to say.
community,
Yeah,
but
this is what I'm
here's
trying to
what we
say.
have a problem with. Is the
Wait.
community don't exist anymore.
There you
We
go.
don't have a community. You know, we live in tower blocks. We're separated. We're all over the place. We don't. A community is where you have neighborhoods and cohesion, where you know your neighbors and you can live together. And you can influence the neighborhood. We don't have that anymore. Everybody gone about their business. Everybody doing their own thing. Individualism. So
Yeah, but then
some of
my
us don't even know
question.
what it's like to live in a community.
Yeah, but we also have to remember though that this is not unique to England. This
That's correct.
this disease is worldwide and
Yeah,
not by
it's
and
especially
by
in the
design.
Western world. Yeah,
No, but it's not
but
just
especially
one second.
in the West.
1 second.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's just the Western world. Do you know what I mean? Obviously,
Okay.
we are more exposed to the Western world, so that's what we're used
Hmm.
to. That's what we see. But like, I
Right.
believe it's something similar in like Korea and them places, Japan, where they got a really high work ethic and all the rest of it. But they too are suffering socially. So
But not. There's a difference, though, Empress.
no, they are,
There's a
man.
difference with. No, let me explain to you why we have to look at that. Just take a look. Let's take a look at it for what it is, Empress. We're talking about if you look at Japanese society, or Korean society, or even a Chinese village, you have a few things in common there. You have take Japanese society. It's a Japanese society based on Japanese history, Japanese language, Japanese customs, Japanese culture over the whole land. You understand? Their ideas run the place. Their customs is recognized. No matter what community you walk into, that same custom is recognized.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying, Empress?
Yep.
That has been taken away from us, and
No, I
we've been
know, but
scattered now.
no, I know,
And you
but
see that's in terms of language, in terms of their customs, in that communal life. eh, That is what build that cohesion to bring it on a national level. They have
no.
successfully nationalized their culture.
Wait. I understand that. And I'm not taking
Hmm.
anything away from that part of the argument or conversation, yeah. But I'm still saying, yeah, that with
Hmm.
all of that being said, that there's a certain virus that's going around internationally there of people becoming
Hmm.
more individualistic. You know what I mean? Breakdowns in what we would have formed or before seen as communities. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I'm not even asking you, D. I'm telling you, and also, yeah, even in England, it's a similar thing, yeah. So you know, times gone by, we would have been like, oh boy, over this or like all the Asians or whatever, they still got their this and that, and because of this and that,
Hmm.
they're able to, you know what I mean? Right? You know what I'm
Right.
saying, yeah? Yeah. Just like you're saying,
Hmm.
because we've lost our language and more ways, higher ways than everything
Hmm.
else, yeah. So I'm not taking
Right.
anything away that conversation. But I'm just simply saying that this virus that we're all living amongst is spreading because I definitely got to speak to a lot of Asians in the last few months or several months on whatever, yeah. And they're under pressure as well. It's just that we
Yeah.
don't get to hear about it, and because we don't talk to them, this, that, and the other. But they're under pressure as well. You get me in terms of like cultural breakdown. You get me?
Yeah. But here the funny thing about it, though, Empress. that is more evident in a foreign land like this land, where Britain was a colonial power.
No,
And
absolutely.
the reason why we're here is because we were colonial subjects.
No, look,
The
wait,
reason why,
wait. Yeah, but we don't need to go through the history of that. We know
no, but you have to. If we don't go to the history, then we would not be able to give a complete picture. We won't be completely get a complete,
no, but we
honest
can. It's
look
a given that me and
of
you.
what is going on. So when you go home, you still see communal life. You still have villages. You still have community where there's grandparents and aunties and uncles and interaction on a
Wait.
daily
But
basis.
wait. Where are you talking about?
We're talking about the global south, the land that the people was colonized in. In those lands, you still have communal life. You still have
Where in America?
villages
Wait,
where
are you
people
talking
are
about
living together.
wait. Are you talking about in America? Where are we speaking here?
No. We're talking about the global south, like India. We're talking about Africa. We're talking about the Afrobean, Central and South America. We still have that communal life. And one of the things that they haven't that is difficult to fathom here, there is a cohesion culture. There's a nationalization of the culture where there's a standard, like there's a language, there's holidays and birth and
So
custom
what
days
I would say,
that is
yeah,
celebrated.
Brother
But
D,
but
listen.
when you're in a
What I would say,
society,
listen. What I would say is that the places in the world now, or the cultures in the world who are still maintaining that, as you're describing, are going to be the ones that have been the least affected by the West and technology, etc. That's what I would
Mhm.
say. Because anywhere,
but
this is just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm just saying this is my opinion. Anywhere where technology has had an impact, yeah. Even if you want to say education, especially on females,
Mhm.
yeah, things change. Yeah, get me? Because the places that you're talking about, they're still going to be quite culturally, paternal.
cohesive,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Okay, then you say
But
cohesive. No, 1 second, then, because we can have a conversation, no problem. You say
yes,
cohesive,
yes.
yeah. These places that you're talking about, what are the rights of women?
Well, now we have to look at what is the culture, because now you, woman liberation, and if you're talking about the advancement now of rights, that's a different argument. Liberalization, freeing up certain things, that's a different thing. Each culture, you have to look at it. You'd have to examine those cultures. I couldn't make a general statement about women. I do know that, particularly in the Middle East,
It's not a
women is
general
not
statement.
treated.
You're no, Brother Delani. Hold on.
Yeah.
You said about, I can't remember the word you said. Something somewhere something whatever.
No, the global south, the global
Yeah,
south,
the global
the
south. Cool.
global
Yeah.
south.
So
Yes.
all I'm asking you is, what is the condition of women in these places you're talking about?
Okay. No, what I'm saying is, Empress, jumping, because I don't want us to confuse the issue. What we're talking about initially is about the cohesion. We're talking about how the influence of Western
I understand that.
ideas or individualism. Yeah, but we can jump to that, because if we do that, we're going to miss the point that we're making. Because I just in case there's any doubt, I 100% support women's rights in all these societies. But I don't want us to just get diverted on that. We just want to talk
No, it's
about.
not.
we-
No,
we-
but no, because
we-
okay, I don't want you to
because
think I'm trying to pin you down a
because
certain way.
because somebody can come in and say, what about gay rights in those areas and those
No,
cultures, and then what about black people rights or white people? So
Let's
so we divert.
1 second, Brother D.
Yeah.
1 second.
Hmm.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yeah. No one ain't
Correct.
bringing
Yes.
in them thing there. Yeah. We were
Yeah.
dealing
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
dealing with something. You get me? and we started off as we do talking about how certain of our vibrations have been taken away, yeah, which then leads or results in a vacuum, yeah, just for the sake of argument, right?
But there's much more to be said on that.
No,
There's much
of course,
more.
but like I'm saying, Brother D, we know the politics, so we don't have to repeat it every time we have the conversation, yeah. Certain things are a given, yeah. We don't know the thing already. Certain things are a given, correct? Yeah. We can even go as far as to say they're a constant. They're not a variable, they're a constant. Yeah.
Constant.
Even if you want to put it like that, cool, no problem, right? So
no. Once you complete, I would just like to just before we move from this point, I just want to say something on this point, but continue to make a point before we move on into the. But no, because I want to go there with you with the woman part, because I don't want you to think that I want to jump over that. But I think that there's so much to be said about the point that we're trying to make at first. That point about individualism, how we're moving different, how we separated all over the place. There's no, seems to be no cohesion. How does the elders them even get to even have an influence in the society? How does the culture can correct our behavior? Because that's where I was trying to deal with that part. You know what I mean?
But if you remember, I tried to even bring in, that's why I said, when an area or a culture or whatever you want to put it, when they become more, in this time, we can say when they become more technological, you get me? When the women have access to education and therefore jobs, right? Naturally, things change. You get me? Just naturally.
Yes.
Yeah. Because look, in my lifetime, and this is something I always I refer to. I just think it's just not even funny, but just to show how things have changed, right? So in my lifetime, when I was doing GCSEs, one of my GCSEs was RSA Pitman's, right? Now you probably don't know what that is, I don't know if anyone in the chat knows, but that was typing. You get me?
Oh,
it was a typing exam, and that was one of my GCSEs, right? So I'm saying that to show you that even in my lifetime, that's where women were being what's the word? Buttonholed, if that's the right word. I can't think of a better word.
Because I learned to type too in high school as well. That was a part of my Of course, I took in high school typing.
Just a little bit before us, girls would have done shorthand.
Yes.
Right? So I'm only saying that to say that even in my lifetime, there were definite, like England was still a very patriarchal.
I mean, you had Margaret Thatcher. You had Margaret Thatcher in your time too. So
no, absolutely. But she was an exception rather than a rule.
That's the rule,
Even when she was in power, women were still under pressure certain way. Remember when she was under power, I think a man could still beat his woman and get away with it.
Exactly. She didn't care. And she didn't care. She wouldn't give it to
No, but exactly. But what I'm trying to say when I'm sort of highlighting these things is one, just how quickly things have changed just in England. You get me?
Yes.
Yeah, where we've got access to this, that, and the other. Yes. Because in the last 20, like England, it's a mad thing. I'm sure even you can testify to that, D. You know what I mean? If you think, you know what I mean? If you think, I don't know when you went to school or whatever, but I'm sure you can see the changes between when you
Empress.
Secondary school and when you're sending your children now to secondary school. It's night and day, whereby if you're not careful, they're gonna accuse you of being A, B, and C to how things have changed. You know what I mean?
That's correct.
You might put a few across, and you might be deemed as you get me this or that or this. And you're looking at you like what? What?
Yeah. They start accusing you now. You know what I mean? It's like, what?
You get me? But they're looking at you
I,
like, but that's
yeah,
not, you know what I mean? And that's not, yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah. You get branded, you know. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to show you how things have
Um,
changed. Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
remember,
yeah. Uh-huh.
what, but and that's our seed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Remember, this is what you have nurtured, taught, this, that, red,
I
but
know.
boom, they
It can
come
be
here now.
disappointing as well, man.
Well, we're not even gonna get into disappointing and all that. Yeah, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it cute, right? Because
Yeah,
what we're
yeah, 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 yeah.
in this
Mm-hmm.
is just highlighting, yeah, how
Mm-hmm.
things have changed. You get me? And
Yes.
then what I'm gonna then say to that is that that's internationally as well, right? Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm just saying that a lot of cultures are under pressure. You get me? Now we obviously
Okay.
always highlight us being under pressure for varying reasons, and we will bring in
Yeah.
all the things that we already know. Yeah, but I'm just simply highlighting that a lot of cultures are under pressure for the very same or other reasons. You know what I mean? Cultures that we would say are stronger or have got more lead, yeah, because they've got a
Okay.
religion, because they've got a language, because they've got
Right.
a perceived culture. But in England, yes, enough of them are under pressure. That's all I'm trying to say. So what I'm then doing is highlighting, just going, bringing it back full circle.
Well, let me respond to that. I like the way you said that. I would say I would agree that they're under pressure. There are some pressure there, but for the society as a whole, they have something there. Because let me tell you something, Chris. There's always this criticism for Black people, and they would say, "Oh, look what they did to the Vietnamese, and look how they recovered, and look what they did to even Japanese. They bombed them to smithereens, and they colonized Indonesia, and now look at the economy, how they booming and how they prosperous, and why we can't be prosperous like them." They throw that out there on us and try to shame us and to feel like something innately wrong with us. Why we can't seem to get it together. But I believe, and this is my observation as well, when you look at those societies, they never lost their cultural continuity. They never lost their language that bind them together. They never lost their customs, their traditions. They kept those things and their values, and that has helped to protect them. Even though there's pressure on them, they've been able to rebuild faster and quicker and able to withstand that pressure better when you have all those things intact. Now, if you juxtapose that with us, who have lost our language, lost our identity, lost that cohesiveness, we still got to try to build back that cohesiveness to use that to protect us from the pressure. We're splintered and we're under pressure. I think if you're more cohesive, if you're together, you can withstand the pressure better. The division that exists, especially
Yeah, but Brother
the
Delani, and this is why.
geographical, especially the geographical distance. That when we're living in these, especially you use Britain, the foreign country like Britain, come as migrant to these places. In America, we was enslaved in America. In the Caribbean, we was enslaved. We was brought these places. We've been lucky enough in the Caribbean where we took over many of those territories. I think the vast majority of the territories, we as African people are in control of those territories. We can actually build those societies into whatever we want it to be. It's not the same in America or Britain. We can't build Britain in what we want it to be, or America in what we want to be, because America, white people is the 90% of the population.
Yeah, but
In
Brother D,
Britain, in Britain,
one second. Wait. Why do we
Mhm.
want to build?
Because we want to build, because Everybody needs to build. They need to provide food, clothing, shelter.
But who are you building for?
You build it for yourself, for your
Okay.
community, for your
Okay.
people.
Okay.
You want a national identity, a national nationhood. Everyone want a nation. We want to build a nation, a black nation, an African nation, whatever we may call it. So if we're in Jamaica, we're going to build Jamaica. If we're in Barbados, we're going to build Barbados, Guyana, Trinidad, wherever we're going to build, because we're coming out of 400 years of demolishing. We pretty much have to start from scratch. No roads, no hospitals, no schools, no infrastructure. We have to build those things from scratch. These people came in, they used our land to extract our wealth. They built the roads. Then was built to go to the ports to snatch the stuff. Any products, any crop that they grew, it was going straight to the port to be shipped out to Europe. So there was no connectivity in those societies. So now when we took over, we got to start connecting communities. Communities sometimes not even a pathway to connect to communities. So now we have this big burden, needing billions and billions of dollars to build back home. And it makes life so difficult. The pressure that we're under from capitalism, from imperialism, because these people have never let up. They just transform the operation, because to keep us in chain was untenable. We were not going to sit there and take it. We've been resisting for the last 400-500 years. So it's different for us. You know what I mean? The pressure that we're under is different than any other group in the world. And when we come in these society, we was able to get these little communities or these neighborhoods where we know our neighbors. When we use neighborhood, it's because you live next door to me, my auntie live down the road, your brother we got connections. Well, that has been eroded, because now with the cost of housing and the whole thing just make everybody have to just move on and split up and go find a place to live. And now we only meet up at funerals, at weddings, if we're lucky, you know, and birthdays are getting smaller and smaller now. So you can't build a nation like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless we're going to be running around with a British flag and celebrate King Charles and Andrew them and saying that this is the nation we're building. It's very difficult and complex and complicated for us.
1 second. Okay, let's get down to basics. How do you build a nation in England? How do you go about?
You can't. It's almost impossible to do, my sister.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. I mean,
okay. So where do you build the
nation? All we can do. That's what I'm saying. In England, get a good education, stack some dollars, get some skills, get some equipment, and try to go back home and join with your people and build something. Become a part of a community. Because, you know, here we're going to always be an appendage. You're going to have individual success, but you're not going to have nation success or collective success. It's going to be individualized.
And why?
Because all the things we have spoken about, the whole history that it's not one factor, it's all those factors that has put us into. And now,
no problem. So where is your for the people listening? Where would your blueprint be then?
Listen, I don't have a one size fit all. It is not a one solution. You pretty much got to follow me. I'm a Pan-Africanist, so I support African people liberation and development wherever you are around the world. We can Pan-African now because of the diaspora.
Right?
We have to become a non-territorial nation because of what happened to us now. We have to find a way to build some type of global unity. And I'm saying, me personally, advocate for Pan-Africanism, where we just have to work together where we can and try to be in solidarity with each other. You know what I'm saying? Even within communities. So we know in Britain, we have to try to build that link between different communities whether it be in Hackney, in Wandsworth, in Brixton, and Peckham. We have to find a way to build solidarity. Use the technology, because one of the things that you said that because of technology now, people are moving different. And I'm saying, if you look at Japanese society, they actually use technology to enhance their culture, preserve their culture. It's not just using technology to become westernized or to become individual. That will be there, because that pressure will be there. If they're not careful, they will lose it all to individualism. But they're at least using it to preserve their value, their way of. When you go to Japan, there's no mistaking that you're in Japan. You understand? They maintaining that unit, that cohesiveness. And it's the same thing when you go to Vietnam and other places. So in Africa,
I'm not
we
sure
have
if
to.
I agree with that.
Well, we can look at the evidence. I mean,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can look at the evidence in terms of the family, how they're living, and how they're moving. But you know, there is a continuity. There is a cohesiveness there. You know what I'm saying? Now,
I don't know though. I don't
but
know.
but
Like,
but what I'm saying though, if you was to put them in Britain, the pressure would break them up. But if they have enough finance, they can preserve themselves, like what happened over there in Seven Sisters. Because they have the finance, they buy the whole block. They can buy the whole community, building by building, and they establish their own customs and tradition. Just like they're doing. When you look at them, they're walking up and down the road, all of them dressed the way, look alike, and they have their own school, they have their own this, they have their own community. And they're not asking for nobody for permission. You understand? That is cohesion. And they're going to maintain that. But they're under pressure too. You understand? They're under pressure. I seen the documentary when my man went in there and see some of them that's broken away from that. And they smoking and drinking and they're breaking away. You know what I'm saying? But they have enough to preserve them for at least another 200 years in the way they're thinking. You know what I'm saying? That this little piece that's breaking off, they don't have the finance to even buy a damn a decent home. You understand? But they're gonna be visible, but the main power remain in those who have laid down the roots. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of our challenges is the economics, and to be able to intentionally and strategically buy properties, buy a whole block, buy a whole, where we can control, our way of life can dominate. And that is under pressure. And in our case, I think we've lost Brixton. Peckham is gone. I mean, Hackney, there's nowhere left. So it's difficult. It's
yeah,
extremely difficult.
but 1 second.
There is no easy answer.
Wait. Is there nowhere left because of culture or because of lack of group thinking? Economics.
All of the above, but primarily the economics. The economic pressure have bust us up. That's been the main factor. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure. I don't agree.
I think so. I think economics probably played the biggest role. The biggest role. I think that if even our identity was intact enough, our culture was intact, we could have withstand more. If we had financial literacy, if we even had economic literacy, if when we came, because we came as individuals, even though we came together in many cases on the same transport, we didn't come here with a master plan where we met up and said, okay, we're going to go and do this and we're going to get that community and we're going to buy it block by block and house by house and we're going to build a community center and we're going to build a school, we're going to build a clinic. We didn't come with that kind of resource. We had to be fighting for survival, fighting against racism, trying to put food on the table and trying to pay the bills. That was the dominant mode of operation. And I want to tell you something as well. Back in the Caribbean, the fight was for survival as well. Every day we get up, because I lived it. I grew up every morning. The whole day we was devoted to getting food for dinner. The whole community, we were just trying to get food. It was about survival. It was only later on, and things start to get better. People start to leaving and go foreign, and they start sending money back. The house start to build, a business start to open.
Wait. Because
Yes.
we're talking about 2 or 3. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
because
complex.
one second. Because it could be argued what you're describing would have been similar for any immigrant
That's correct.
For most
That's
immigrants,
correct.
whether it be from the West Indies, from Africa,
Yes.
from Asia, or
Yes.
anywhere in between. That would have been the sort of MO at that time. If you come here,
Yes.
come and try to help your people, them at home. All right, cool. Yeah. Now the thing is, the thing is now, and that's why I said another day, but whatever.
Yeah, no, Kai. This can go on, Empress. I don't want to take over your show. I don't want to take over your show, Empress. Sorry.
No, that's cool. But the thing is, you see, until this is my opinion, until certain acknowledgements and realizations are made by the leaders of the community, the leaders of the community, or as we call it, the head, not the neck, not the arms, the head, because this is still a man's world. You get me? It's still a very paternalistic world, a man's world, and all the rest of it. You get me? And all the thing when you describe all the other cultures that you described and whatever, and I know you precluded it with culture and religion and this and that, which I do agree with, but what we also need to put into there, in my opinion, is that man them are on job. You get me?
Man, am I on what? On what?
On job.
Job. J-O-B.
J-O-B, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of laying foundations, in which to build upon. Okay. Now we only need to look at the more recent guests to England, that come in the 90s and 2000, whatever. And I don't know if you've been around. Have you been around Streatham lately? On the corner there by the church.
I used to have a house in Streatham. I haven't been around in a while. That's where I bought my first property. It was in Streatham.
All right, then big up yourself, Natty, man. So you know where the church is on the corner there, You know what I'm talking. Where you have to turn right to go into Streatham, and you turn left to go Brixton. There's that. I think it's St Leonard's Church.
Yeah. I know it. That's Christ Church Road.
Whatever. But you're talking about people them buying off blocks.
Hold on. You're talking about the one down by the big church, the mosque.
No, not a mosque, a church. When you've come
it's a church, but the church name is the mosque. It's not a mosque. It's the name, the M-A-S-S.
I don't know.
Yeah. Go ahead. But there's two churches. There's one up. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, Trinity Road,
Yeah.
And you go all the way up Trinity Road, all the way to the top, And
then up to Balham there. Up to Balham.
Yeah, you're gone past Balham. You're on your way to Streatham. Trinity Road.
Okay. In Somali Town. And Somali Town there.
Right then. No say nothing more.
Yeah. All right. I got you.
Don't say nothing.
All right.
That's my point.
Got you.
That's my exact point. You get me?
Yes.
Understand me?
Yes. I have a bridge live down there right now, He just recently.
say
Yeah.
this, Jalali, because it's very important.
Mhm.
That is an
Yes.
example for me why I don't want to hear certain talk from certain people. I don't want to hear it.
Mhm.
Do you understand me?
Mhm.
For that very
Mhm.
reason that you just called a certain thing. Because our people coming in 1990, red hair, buff, bath, biff.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And have for them sitting there called something there. You get me? And we did it from rare.
Yeah.
Yeah? And we are,
But
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
but it can be studied though. It can be studied,
We
Empress.
don't need to
It can be
study it, man.
studied.
No, we don't need
It
to
can,
study shit. We don't need to study shit. We know
but,
what it is. With all
but
due respect, D. You understand what I'm saying to you? We don't need to study shit. Yeah? Because at the end of the day, the blueprint is there for any fucker to see. It's not even rocket science, Brother Delani. What we're talking about, it's not even rocket science, bro. It
so
really ain't.
what do you think went wrong? What do you think happened? What went wrong with the majority of us then? What happened?
Because there's man, them just have a problem with them can't come together to do the thing. You get me?
So,
Just
hey,
simply
all right.
put, man. You
But
understand
Empress,
me? And we
but Empress, here's the thing. But
go
Empress,
on, go on, go
no,
on,
no,
go on.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Empress.
Mm.
What I'm saying that people learn from people, Conde. They can learn from others. So some people can come after you do your thing, after you even fail, and people come say, you know, she had a good idea, but I can do it better. I'm going to avoid the mistakes she made. Hold on, no, I'm saying, Empress,
No.
nothing happened. Hold on,
Man.
Empress. Hold on, Empress.
Go
I'm
on.
saying nothing happens in a vacuum. We can analyze this thing from all different angles. But there's no easy solution, and there's no easy fix. And remember, I tell you, all those factors that I mentioned, they're all factors. There's no one. I
Yeah,
mean,
but this is the thing,
if
though,
I was
brother.
to give one factor,
While
if I was
we're
to
there,
give one, if I was to give like say, if I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to pick one factor that caused the problem, it would have to be economics. Would be my first choice, and then and then it all stems from lack of unity
I'm
as
gonna be
well.
honest, Brother D. Yeah, I'm not. You know why I'm
Yeah.
not having that? Yeah, I'm not. I'll be honest, Brother D. I'll
Mhm.
have to be honest. I'm not having it because we know for a fact, Brother D, yeah, that in different ends, yeah, certain men have made money. We're not having it. I'm not having it. The same way, listen, let's not be under no illusion, yeah, that in a lot of these areas,
Right.
drug money has made certain things. Yeah. We know the Indian man
Of
was bringing
course.
in the heroin and all them things there. So we're not under any
Mhm.
illusion, brethren. None at all. Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's about what you do with your
Mhm.
proceeds. You get me? Now, this is
Mhm.
where we have another
Those
conversation.
are major factors. Mhm.
Yeah. It's about what you
Yeah.
do with
So
your
there's a lot of
proceeds.
conversation.
We
We're
know,
having.
factually speaking,
There's
Brother D, yeah, that hold on, that throughout
yeah.
the years, if we're gonna keep it a buck, certain men have had opportunities. Yeah, they were given shit.
True.
They
True.
were given put all of them thing there. We're not, you know what I mean? Like we
Yes.
can't keep
True.
doing this.
True.
Yeah, giving it
True.
literally free. All you gotta do is keep certain.
Maintain
You
it.
know what I
Just
mean?
maintain it.
Thank you.
Yep. I'm
Maintaining
aware.
the
Empress, I'm
1.8
aware.
thing. So like that man said,
I'm
Brother
aware of
D,
that, Empress.
time and
I'm
time
aware. I'm aware of
again.
them. And no,
Okay.
those are valid points.
So all I'm
No,
saying
no,
is,
no, those are valid points.
all right then. All right then.
But Empress, I still think though that Empress, if we had a cohesion, we'll be able to withstand that pressure. Because those people, those individuals, they chose to go an individual way. They chose individualism. They chose their own path and the collective path. But if we had a what would I call it?
But it
If
was
we had a
also about
communal,
1 second though, Dido. It was also about
uh-huh.
lack of structure, no aim,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
yeah, but
I
that's not
agree.
1 second, but that's not cohesion. Yeah, because
But
there
how do
was
you?
1 second, man, because there would have been cohesiveness when it comes to dominoes and this and that and that and this and this and that and that and that and that, there would have been cohesiveness. So we can't use that word, with all due respect. I'm not having
No,
it.
no. But Empress, I don't know if you have a different interpretation of the word. But what I'm saying, cohesiveness goes on many levels. You can have political cohesion, you can have social cohesion,
Well,
cultural
yes.
cohesion.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
I don't know what context you want to confine
Oh,
it
okay,
to,
then, all right,
but
then. There was no cohesiveness.
I'm looking at it as a way of gluing us together. Where even if you have a council of elders, where somewhere there is some national, what you call it, a communal level of accountability, where we all know what the code is. We all stay on code.
Yeah, okay, then.
That was
Okay,
lacking.
okay. 1 second. So who can
Mhm.
build that then? Who can build that?
But I'm saying that was never in place.
No, but who? Okay, but well, I'm not sure if that's correct neither. But all right, then. If it wasn't in place, when is it gonna get into place?
Well, it's one of those unfinished job, Empress. It's one of those jobs that's still outstanding. It's still something that
And
many
so
hope, many hope.
okay, 1 second. Who would do the job?
It's going to have to be us, Empress. It's
Who's
going to have to
us?
be us, the African people in this country, if they want to do it in this country. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
That
1 second.
there is no one is coming to our rescue.
1 second, Alani, man. Can you be, when you say that, be more specific? When you say the African people, can you be more specific?
Well, black people, African people.
Are you
in
talking
this
about men
country,
and women? Oh, wait. Are you talking about men and women?
men, women, and children. Men, women, and children. The
And
African
this is
family.
okay. And to me, this is the problem. Yeah,
Mhm.
that right there is the problem, because if we're gonna compare and contrast, yeah,
Mhm.
other nations, it's the man them, brethren. It's the man them,
I don't.
man.
Illuminate me, Empress. Let me know what you mean. Where you
I'm
going with that
saying
now?
with the other nations, it's the men that lead, not the man and the woman and the
Oh,
child. It's the fucking men.
so
This
what are
is
you
what it is.
suggesting? What are you suggesting?
What am I suggesting?
Yeah.
I'm suggesting the men lead. That's what I'm suggesting.
So what about? I mean, listen. What about the woman can lead too?
No,
I think it should be co. I think we should have co-leadership. You know, one of the tradition that we.
and
I think
there
we should
you
have
go.
co-leadership.
And there you go, man. And this is one of the problems, yeah. Because when you're comparing and contrasting, yeah, to
Mhm.
all the other nations, this, that, and the other, which is fine, yeah. And we can talk about more ways and language and religion and all them things, which is also fine, yeah. But
Mhm.
with all them other nations that we speak about, it's the men that lead.
Okay.
Some of them
Okay,
so much
Empress.
whereby it's actually misogynist and this and
Yes.
that and that and this and all the rest of it. You get
Right.
me? But
Right.
it's the men take on the responsibility of
Well.
leading and building the foundation, and then bringing on bringing on the women. Do you get me?
Well, Empress. For me, I can only speak for what I believe in, Empress. I believe. I can tell you, I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm advocating for Pan-Africanism. In Pan-Africanism, we have a tradition called co-leadership. If you go into a genuine Pan-African organization, you're going to always have two chairmen of the organization. They call them co-chairs. You're going to have a female and a male in most Pan-African organizations. Because of that, because of we understand and we recognize the pressure that women have been under, we have made it intentional to elevate women to co-leadership in our organization and in our community. That is where I stand on that. So, I mean, it's not, it's not going to be accepted by everyone, but that's where I am with it. And that's where most of the people I work with, most of the organizations I've been working with in the last 10, 15 years, women have been the co-chair of all of the organizations I've been involved in. And it's been intentional that way.
That's not what I'm talking about, Brother Delani, though. Like co-chair and all that, that's all good. I'm not talking about that. Yeah, we're talking about laying foundation. Yeah,
But
especially
even
I'm only
Empress,
bringing that up because of the comparison to others. You get me? So I'm saying if we're gonna compare,
yeah, but
we have to compare.
but it's a start for us. It's a start for us because we have to be in a position to lay foundation. So we have to start where we are. So we start with what we can do, and we work from there. When the foundation is laid, in my vision, woman and man will have to lay the foundation together in an African world for our culture. That's what I advocate for our culture. Other people can advocate for them how they want to lay their foundation.
So what we So what foundation are the women to lay then?
The women, them are very powerful. Most of the women I work with, they are powerful women.
I didn't ask you if they're powerful. I said, what foundation are they to lay?
But there is no foundation being laid nowhere. We ain't got no land to lay no foundation.
No.
We have organizations. We don't have no land. We don't have no country to run in. We don't have no territory that we control. We just have to be honest about where we are right now. We have been severely.
Wait, stop. Listen. We're all in England, yeah. We're on this island, yeah.
We are 3% of the population.
Okay, we're 3%. Cool. We're 3%. Yeah. Cool. Now, you began by comparing and contrasting us to others, yeah. And you spoke about us not having our language and religion, all them things. Then I'm like, cool, I get that. I got no problem with that. Yeah. But I'm saying I don't think that is the main. All right, doesn't even matter. It don't even matter.
So Empress. So if those factors are not factors, then we will have to be saying that then something is innately wrong with us.
Let me try and put it a different way. Let me try and ask you a different way.
Because we're human beings.
Hold on. Let me try and. You know how you mentioned we spoke about Streatham and you gave it a name, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You gave a certain part a name, yeah. Yes. Right.
Yes.
You tell me from a man's perspective, yeah. Good night game, yeah. From a man's perspective, how has that been able to happen within 20 years?
Listen, it's the same way it happened down in Seven Sisters.
But I'm asking you how.
I don't know the specifics or who started it and what, but it had to do with finance. And I suspect that they observed and they learned from others that was here before and decided to be intentional about it.
Okay, because so pause there. Pause. So that's got nothing to do with language at the moment then.
The language play a part because it hold on, no Empress, it does. Because they come with a national. Hold on, let me explain why I said that. They come as a nationality, as an ethnic group, and they stick together based on that. That was one of the unifier. The language unified them. The ethnic background unified them. So those are the bases, and then their common culture and customs unify them, and they stay together.
Okay, all right, stop. Okay, cool. Are you saying that you didn't have 5 brethren that you shared a religion with, a culture with, and a language with?
Not really.
I lie, yeah, tell man. Stop it. I'm not.
What do you mean?
Nah,
you mean? Hold on, Empress. You're talking about sharing a foreign language, a foreign custom, a foreign religion with.
No, not a foreign.
I didn't share my own. I'm talking about my own language.
A language.
A language. Oh, but yes, of course. But I'm going. When I mean language, Empress, I'm not just talking about languages. All of them could have learned English and speak. I'm talking about they came with their own language. They came with their own customs, their own culture, their own ethnic identity. That's what I'm saying. That's why when you ask me the question, I didn't come like that. I was a colonized mind. We all colonized. We all. And the funny thing about it, we didn't. When I came and others came, the political consciousness wasn't there. It was only in the music we was hearing about Africa and culture, and we wasn't taught that in our communities, in our home, in our schools. It wasn't taught like that. We was taught a colonized education. We knew more about Shakespeare and Macbeth and all these foolishness that had nothing to do with us. So long when I meet a brother, the only thing that connects us is reggae music. You know what I'm saying? We barely hear anything about Marcus Garvey, anything about Africa. Africa was distant in our consciousness. We never had that collective consciousness like that. It was fragmented. It's only now it's becoming more crystallized. We are learning more now. We're getting more information. Our parents never mentioned the word Africa in our home ever. That's how bad it was. And some of them didn't want to talk patois. They just talk like that, talk English. It was bad, Empress. I'm telling you, I'm not even trying to whitewash. It was bad. The consciousness that we have now, we're just getting that consciousness. This is all new. We wasn't always like this. And if we never had reggae music, we'd probably been way behind. Empress. Empress.
Yeah,
Empress, you still
I'm here, man. I'm
you
here,
there?
I'm here, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, Empress, that the fragmented consciousness, our consciousness was fragmented, Empress. You got to understand when I'm talking about cohesion, Empress, we're talking about something that's deep, embedded,
The
and
thing
passed
is,
on through
Robert,
generation.
darling,
We
the
never
thing is,
had that. We never had a generational transfer of our culture. We never had that. And I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say to you, Empress, how deep enslavement was to us, how deeply we've been damaged by this thing. Colonization did a serious damage on our minds. We can't underestimate that. When that is studied in its complexity, we're gonna.
listen, yeah. I do hear what you're saying, yeah. You get me, and I know, I do hear what you're saying, right? But that withstanding, I still think a time got to come that whereby with all that being known and said, yeah, certain foundations have to be laid. You
We're
see what I'm
much
saying?
more equipped now.
Yeah.
We're better equipped
Well,
now, Empress.
okay,
I think we're in a better position now. Better position
okay,
now.
one second. A better position in what way?
In our consciousness. I think now we start reading. We have read the books. Them none of the books then that we learn about ourselves. We learn it from our school and from our parents because they didn't know. Our school never taught us. All this stuff that we're talking now is all independent learning. This was not passed on to me by culture. It wasn't passed. It was not tradition about building communities and self-sufficiency and nation building. That was not a part of
One second. Wait. 1 second. All right, 1 second. When we were living in Jamaica, for example, yeah, those of us that came from Jamaica, or those are the elders that came from Jamaica, yeah.
Yes.
As an example, not specifically, just as an example.
Yes.
They were living in their own communities. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when they came here, they were would you say they were divisive or were they collected?
there was cohesion. There was a sense of trying to come together. You know what I'm saying? Because we had no choice. It was out of. I think it was out of
necessity.
default. Necessity. That's correct. That's the word.
Okay, good. Yeah. So we're
Because
here.
remember, we're coming from different communities all across the Afrobean. So when we come here, we don't know each other.
Yes. But that's why I'm even honing in on Jamaicans in particular, yeah, because it could be argued, although there's a small amount of people here, we were here in numbers. It could be argued at a particular time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, all history is just not going to be kind, man. That's all I'm saying, man. And I just want to make it clear that feminist naive that I've been accused of. But yeah, man, I'm blatantly saying that the rebuild is at the mandem's feet. And it is what it is. And if they can't do it, then we can't do it. It's not an us thing. Yeah, it's a man thing. I'll be so real, man. This is what it is, man. And then the women join later. This is what it is. And until we are thinking like that, nothing's gonna change, man. Oh, brother J. Oh dear. All right, brother Jelani dropped out. I'm sure that wasn't on purpose. I'll drop the link again just in case. But yeah, man, that's what I'm saying right now, man. Big up yourself, Kane. Hope you're well. Oh, he's found the link again. 1 second, brother. Hold on a second. It's like I can't add you. Hold on. All right, should be all right now. Hold on. Should be all right. All right, you're back, brother D.
Empress, I don't know what happened, Empress. I pick up the phone. I don't know if my hand touched something and boom, I was gone. So sorry about that.
You're back in the building, man.
Yeah, man. I wanted to get the point. You were making a good point, though. I wanted to hear. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah,
I wanted to hear
I'll be honest. Let me even just precept it a little bit, brother D. Yeah, because I'm a big woman now, innit? And I've lived a little. You know what I mean? I've gone up the curb, as it were. Some would say I'm at the top. Some might say you're on your way back down. But the point being that I've lived a little, and I'm saying that any change that's gonna come, yeah, it's gonna if it's not coming from the man, then it's not coming at all. It's just as simple as that. Man.
You think so, Empress? You think so?
I put my life on it, mate.
Oh gosh, Empress. Empress, I think I don't know. I don't know if you have met. Have you met some of the leaders, the women, them leaders in our community? Most of all of the leadership in our community are women right now.
Well, then
I mean, the man them now, well, we're not Empress.
Wait, Brother D. Well, listen, 1 second. Repeat what you just said.
Most of the leaders them in our community right now are women.
Right. Now, is that good or bad?
It could be good. It could be bad. I think it's a good thing so far.
I don't think it's a good thing.
Because most of the women that I work with, trust me, they are top notch.
I'm not.
And I'm telling you right now, if I was to compare the man them that I know and the woman them that I know, the woman them is far more qualified to lead than the man them that I know.
Okay, so what does that say, Brother Delani? What does that say?
Let me explain that. It bears out in the statistics as well. In school graduations, the women them, the girls.
What does that say?
It said that the women them are doing better than the men them. That's what it's saying. Academically, that's what's happening. Is
Right.
and it's been
So
going
what?
on for now for at least 30
And is
years.
that okay? Is that good or okay? Is that good or bad?
I don't see it in terms of good or bad because it can be good, but
How?
it
Okay.
means that
How can?
it
Okay.
because I
How?
don't want
All
to I
right.
don't
One
because
second, man. How can it be good then? Go on. Tell me how it
let me,
can be good.
let me explain why it could be good because
Yeah.
it's an advancement for women. Because traditionally, women has been left behind. There's not been an emphasis or resources put into women upliftment, women education, women ownership. So this now has elevated women, and I
Okay.
have to respect that. I have to respect that aspect.
I hear
Now, for
that.
the man them need to step up. You know what I mean? There's no doubt about it. They need to
So,
step up
okay, cool.
because
So
most of our
one second. So are we saying that of all the different nations then that it's only amongst our nations that the women are the leaders?
I don't know. I haven't seen the statistics.
No, but you don't need
But
statistics. Come on, Brother Delani. You don't need statistics. You got eyes. We've had the conversation. All right, then,
give me an
let's try.
example. Give me an example. Give me an
Okay.
example.
All right, let's do it this way. Who's leading the Indian nation in England?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
The Indian nation in UK?
Yeah, the Asians, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, if you was to hasten
Do,
a guess,
I mean, do they have a leader? Do they have a leader?
Brother Delani, please. If you were to hasten a guess, who are the leaders of the Indians? The men or the women?
Well, the last prime minister that was an Indian man was what was
In
his name?
England, in England, in England, in England, in England.
Yeah, we're saying the last prime minister was a man, anyway. What's his name was? I can't even remember his name now. Yeah. What was his name again? I can't remember his damn name. Sunak.
Are you
Sunak.
talking about in England, yeah?
That's what you said. Didn't you say England?
Okay, so that was Richie Sunak.
Yeah. That's.
Right.
I mean, that's what that was. Because I didn't know. I don't even know who their leaders are. I'm just assuming that he may be considered a
I'm not
leader
talking
for
about
them.
leaders as in like head figures of state, Delani. I'm talking about leaders of the community. What we're
No,
talking
I
about.
don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know who's leading their community. I honestly don't know.
All right. Who do you think's leading in the Turkish community? The men or the women?
Oh, and that's it. And if it's a Turkish society, it's a Muslim society, and I would venture to say it's a man. I would bet that it's a man. That's what I'll put my bet. But I don't know.
All right, you
I
know
don't
what?
know. But I'm saying I
Let me
don't
try and do
know.
it. No, stop. Let me try and do it a different way.
Right.
Which society is being led by women?
What do you mean led by women? I don't know no society. I can tell you about individual women, like president and prime minister. But I don't know what you mean. Like for
We're
instance in
having
Barbados,
Lonnie, we
Barbados is
just
run
had
by
a
a woman.
conversation where you're saying that the women in our community, in your mind, are the ones that are running things or are doing better. You just said that,
No,
correct?
no. But no. I said that the women them are the one them that are advancing academically. They are the most graduate. They're outdoing the boys. They're outdoing the men them. In terms of PhDs and bachelor degree, master's degree, the black woman is outdoing the men them in America, in the Europe,
All right, and is that the
even in
okay?
the Caribbean. That seems to be the trend.
All right. Is that the case for the other communities?
I don't know. I haven't spent the time to analyze that, but I would like to see the
Well,
data.
I will tell you that it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
I'll
But
tell
I can
you
only
that.
tell you from my because I spend a lot of time now trying to get to know myself and know my people, know my history. I really don't have that much time to be really digging. If I'm reading an article about that and it comes up, then I would say, oh, that's interesting. But I don't go out my way to get a book to go and study
Need to
the
go and get
dynamics
books,
of
Brother
Turkish
D. Like,
society or whatever. Huh?
Stop. We don't need to go out and get books here because when we were comparing and contrasting before, yeah, you were saying one of the reasons 4-hour deficit is because of the lack of a unique or a unified language. It's because of not having a unified religion, etc., etc. Yeah, this is what we always posit as being one of the problems. I'm like, cool, I get that. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, and that's why I said. That's why I said, but you and 4 of your legends must have had the same language, religion, and culture. You said no. I'm like, I lie, yeah, then. Yeah. Then you said international language. I'm like, no, just language. Yeah. And then that's even when Kane started talking about whatever, right? But the point I'm making is, and it's a very I'm not coming off it, is that until you get me, man them take responsibility of the train, nothing's gonna change. You get me? I don't hear about no co-pilot and what, because you don't hear, because you do not hear other communities talking like that. You don't hear them saying, well, you know what I mean, we're gonna do this, but look, they don't do that. They're just taking charge, you get me, and getting shit done, you get me, and then the women come in, do their job. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Now I hear you, and this is where I disagree with you. Me personally, I advocate for co-leadership. I think it's a job that's going to be done by the African family. I don't care what all other cultures can go their way, put the man at the top if they want. I think we have to recognize that our women have to be elevated. She was brutalized so much throughout history.
But we're not
that she
talking
has
about
to
us
be.
not being elevated, though.
No, hold on, Empress. We're talking about building foundation. If you're going to build a foundation with a man only, where the woman going to be? At the back, at the behind, down? The woman has to be at the forefront. That's just me. I mean, maybe we can disagree on that, but I'm advocating for women and men to be laying the foundation to pull us together to move us forward. I mean, I accept the criticism and I take responsibility for my statement on that. I believe both man and woman, you know what I'm saying, have to do the job. I think we have to heal together.
And
That's
that's
my position.
So what do you want the woman to do then? What is her
The
job?
woman, the woman just can provide vision. The woman can provide leadership. She can provide the skills, the same skills that a man can provide, a woman can provide in terms of technological skills, um, philosophical vision, guidance, everything. A woman can teach, a woman can lead, a woman can do everything that a man can do intellectually. I don't think there's a difference, because the moment we go to start in assigning leadership to one gender, it's more like a biblical thing now. We're going into some type of religious thing. As a human being, as a biological human being, a woman is capable of leading anything a man can do, and vice versa. It's because leadership now, building foundation is about intellectual power.
Close that door, Jay. Sorry.
So that is where I stand on that issue, my sister. You know what I mean? And it's not wrong. We can also agree to disagree on certain points. We don't have to agree on every point, but at least, we know that we want our people to elevate. You know what I'm saying? And, quite frankly, my sister,
100%.
if I had the resources, my sister, one of the solutions is we go somewhere in Kent and buy up like maybe 300, 400, 500 acres and build a community from scratch. You know what I mean? So, it could work. But somebody got
1 second. Wait. Even that, what you just spoke of, go wherever, build up the team from scratch, Walk me through that process.
It would require somebody that have the finance, our group finance.
All right, the finance. Okay, all right, okay, all right.
If I was a billionaire, if I was
go on. In a situation like that, how do you think the finance should be accumulated or whatever? Like in a normal situation, how would it go?
In a normal situation, my sister, we would have association, financial association, some type of cooperative economics where, there's some type of fundraising mechanism where everybody contributes to a fund for the development of the community, like a community tax. But because we're in a society that's already paying tax to a central government, that government responsibility is to take care of us. If we was in our own country, we all be paying tax to a government that would be building that society for us. But because we're already in a government and already in a society, we're going to have to go as a private entity. So we have to come together as a private group under some type of association, organization, and everybody got to chip in. You know what I'm saying? But I suspect that I suspect though, my sister, that in practicality, it will be those who got the money already that would step up, who would naturally be able to step up. For instance, our multimillionaires and multi-billionaires amongst our people would step up.
No.
And say, okay,
See,
we got them. No, I'm not giving you ideal, sister. I'm giving you ideal scenarios. Because these are the options I'm putting out there. That, so for instance, if I had a billion or I had a couple of billion, it would be easy for me to go and start this process. I know people, I would get them together in a room and we'll sit down and we'll create the structures, create the organization, and we will lay out our vision and we go out there and we implement it. And make sure that
But this is the thing, Brother D, yeah? Why would you need, and this is the difference, isn't it? Why would you need a billionaire? You know what I mean? Like, why is it that 5 of you can't come together? You get me? Because the thing is, yeah, and this is, I'm gonna say, and then I'm probably gonna bounce because I'll just start going mad in it. But you see, what frustrates me?
Hold it together. Let's hold it together, Empress. Hold it together.
Yeah, what frustrates me is, yeah, you can have not even you can have. This is factual. You get me? Yeah, where you can have people that come that get here via whatever measures. Yeah, whether it be boat, fucking dropping out the plane back, whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
Them come here, seeing, and somehow they pick up little cash in whatever the fuck they're doing. Yeah. And the 4 of them come together, yeah, and 2 twos, they're on stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Brother D?
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, that happens all the time.
It's not possible. It's what's being done, right? So now you get me? Because remember, you know, if you know me, so I'm on your train, but at the end of the day, I got to stop at a couple stations. You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah? So I'm at a station, and I'm like, well, boom, how the fuck can people come just wed dear yeah, no type of paper, blah, 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 and then beef. No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
But Empress, okay, let me just respond to that particular point, Empress.
Please,
we got to be honest, Empress.
Go on then.
It's not everything that glitter is gold. Sometimes it may appear that way. It may appear that it was done easy. They came in and they stuff. Until we go in and examine the specific case, we only speculating. We're only speculating because even a lot of the progress that's been made within the Asian community, I got inside information that it was not hunky dory. A lot of illicit activity took place behind the scene.
Yeah, but Brother D, who's not doing illicit activities? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want to get the impression that four men came and they had nothing and they went to work at Tesco and they saved a little Tesco income.
Yeah, 1 second. No, 1 second now, Brother D, but because now you're gonna really hold on, because now you're gonna really wake me up because like let's not go on like we don't know man's made money in the stop it now. Brother D, I'm a big woman, innit? Yeah. That's the first thing, innit? We're all big out here, innit? You get me?
Yeah.
So we know certain things, innit? Yeah. So we know there's a whole heap of people that have made money. Let's not fucking be silly, please. I beg. Let's not
No,
be
no, no.
silly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me say this to Empress. Let me say this to Empress.
In
I know.
illicit, no,
Empress.
stop it now. Stop. In illicit ways too, right? So the illicit thing is not unique to one set or another. Now, different people, it could be argued, done different illicit things. Cool, I'll take that. You get me? Yeah. But people were making money. I grew up seeing man making money. I'm not having it. Yeah. They look good. They smell good. Garms look good. PR look good. And
Drive big car.
all right then. So now that's when we can start having a conversation.
No, but I just want to say this to Empress.
Yeah, because
Is that
it's not about just about how you earn, it's about what you do with it.
you do with it now, Empress? That's the
Now,
point I'm saying.
unfortunately, not for the man them that earn done fuck all with it. That's the truth of the matter. They didn't
But
invest,
Empress,
they didn't come together. You know what I mean? They done none of that. And that's got nothing to do with, hold on, man. That's got nothing to do with culture, religion, and all them things that we lacked before, because they had enough nous, you get me, to know that 1 1/8 and 1/8 is a quarter, and you keep going. They had enough nous to know that they can come together, you know what I mean, to get something, and this and that and this and that. So already they knew.
Empress.
And many of them also had opportunities.
Yeah. Can I come in now?
Yeah, go on.
I don't want to break your wisdom, and you're making some valid points.
This is ain't wisdom.
No. But Empress, but I'm saying my response would be, Empress, that those individuals could have made billions. It wouldn't matter if you don't have the consciousness with it. If you don't have that, you say it doesn't matter about the culture, the identity, the political awareness. If you don't have those things, that $1 billion don't mean nothing. All it means is more cars, more homes, more women, and more alcohol. Because you have no consciousness.
Yeah, but
you have no culture.
The reason why I've got to push back a bit, is that at the end of the day, certain consciousness is not a new thing. You know what I mean? Like,
but
no. It's not, certain consciousness is not a new thing. You get me? Not for the man them that were making money certain ways, this, that, whatever, Rasta was done going on, and this and that, and this and that, and that, and this and this and that.
Okay.
Yeah, which preached a certain thing, and this and that, and that, and this. So it wasn't that. Okay. Now, if you're gonna set the time, you get me. A lot of the cultures I've seen, like Bun down Babylon and wherever this and wherever that. Therefore, they didn't have the foresight. I might even take a little bit of that. Yeah, but what we're not doing is because the thing is, for me, as much as what you're saying about the culture, and I'm never gonna take away from that. But I also believe in monkey see, monkey do, innit? You see what I'm saying to you? Yeah, because the thing is, not having the things that you outlaid didn't stop the man them from still going to look certain things. You get me?
Okay, but Empress, I just wanted to say this.
So if they were that debilitated from not having certain things, they wouldn't have gone and looked certain things. You see what I'm saying to you? Yeah. So as much as I hear what you're saying, they still had a hunger, they still had a desire, and all them way there. Okay. It's just about where they sort of put the fruits of that labor. You know what I mean? And that's where I think the differences come, because I'm old enough, so when I was growing up, people used to make certain jokes about certain people. How many sets of people you can get into a car, you know what I mean? How many people are coming out of the 1 yard, you know what I mean? All them type of jokes there. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is now, go on, babe.
No, I just want. I know you're going to make another point. I just wanted to the initial vibration that you captured right there.
Which one? Sorry, babe. Go on.
The one about that vibration about they kind of know, they saw people stepping up and They wanted to be like monkey. Yeah. So I just want to say this, Empress, because I think sometimes we have to think a little deeper. Because remember, this is what I wanted to make, that I was there with them. I was, I'm almost 60, my sister. I don't look it. I'm almost. I was there, and I was a part of the transition. I was there with my grandfather and my mother and father. I know their consciousness. I know what it was they're thinking about, and I know what they're passing on to me. And I'm telling you, we didn't have that political consciousness. We never had that. It wasn't there. As much as we wanted to be there, it wasn't there. The only consciousness that we got was from the music. I lived it. Every illicit activity, I participated. Just let me
Go on, sorry,
let me get the point out.
My
What I'm saying is about the consciousness at the time, and it was a widespread. The consciousness wasn't about building communities and and and, and all of that. A collective consciousness, a nationhood, and these are new. This is the culmination of all that work of all those great scholars, all those great political leaders, and we begin to learn about them. This is new. In those days of my grandparents and my parents, and when I was born, it was not like that. We was in a whole different planet. Our consciousness was far, far away from this nationhood. Most of our people saw Britain as the mother country. They bowed down to the king and the queen of England. That's what they saw. And they saw getting a home, having children, getting a car. That was the goal. They didn't see about let's go together and buy land and build a community, buy this whole tower block. And
but hold
that was
on,
not on the agenda.
Wait, hold on, because I come in on the strength of the. Now the thing is, the Windrush.
Did you experience your grandparents?
No. 1 second.
Okay.
The Windrush done their job. Yeah. They came here in the most hostile of times, this, that, and the other. Yeah, and laid a certain foundation for the most part. Okay. Right. Now, straight away, the children, which is yourself, like you lot would have been first generation, like the first couple of them.
No, I was born in Jamaica, but I came to see a lot of transition.
Same difference, man. You would have been the first set of people here, innit?
Yes,
From the elders.
In that time, yes.
Yeah, whether your father come. How old was you when you come?
Come here. I was in my 30s. To be honest, I was in my 30s.
Oh then I'm not talking about you, bab. I talk about the ones that came as youths, man. Anyway, it doesn't even sway away from my point, to be honest, brother. Yeah. My point is this: at the end of the day, obviously, as women, we will always be by your side, innit? You get me?
That's correct. That's where I believe that a woman should be.
Yeah. As we have always been at your side. Yeah. But we cannot lay the foundation with you. That's your job.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I hear you.
What I'm trying to say is this: listen, we can't have children cook, clean, everything else, and lay foundation. We are not super women. We really ain't. And if we appear to be so in the past, we ain't no more.
I tell you what, the woman them, well, Empress, I don't know how you're gonna square that circle there. Yes, yeah.
What do you mean? One second. What do you mean you don't know how I'm gonna square that circle?
Because the genie has already gone out the bottle. The woman is liberated. They are fighting for liberation. Woman is not going back to the kitchen. That's not happening.
1 second. All women, it could be argued, have been liberated. yeah, quote unquote, whatever that means, quote unquote, yeah. But that hasn't stopped them, the men being the leaders.
No, of course
That's
not.
why sometimes I say that
I don't,
some of
I don't think it would ever stop it, but I think the woman will be elevated to co-leadership.
I think you're scared to lead. I think some men, I think you're scared to lead, man.
Well, I don't know. I think that a lot of women would disagree with you on that
Well, bring them, come.
because women are doing a phenomenal job. Most of the women that I know right now, they're doing a phenomenal job, and they're writing and they're
Wait.
leading.
1 second. I want you to think. Listen, I want you to think. I hear what you're saying, yeah, but I want you to also think about what you're saying, yeah. You're saying the women are doing a phenomenal job, and I don't disagree with that, yeah. I don't. But I'm trying to get you to understand that there's something wrong with that picture.
What? So you think the woman? So what would you tell those women who want to lead? They should not lead. You're going to deny them leadership. You're going to deny them the foundational. You're going to deny them. You're going to deny them from playing a foundational role.
Tell you. First of
Are you going to deny them?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
The first question
Go ahead.
I would ask them is, why do you want to lead? Yeah, and depending on her answer will depend on where we go. You get me? Because what I'm telling you, yeah, is that instinctively most women don't necessarily want to lead. Yeah,
So
so what?
What about the qualified person? Shouldn't the qualified person lead? What if the woman is more qualified than the man?
Wait. What do you mean qualified? What do you mean now qualified? Who are you talking about?
If you're going to lead, you're going to have to lead in an industry or an area, an organization where a specialty is required. If you don't have the specialty, you're not going to lead. Now, if you are an engineer and we have an engineer organization and we got 1,000 membership, and the woman in that organization is the most qualified, the most experienced, that woman should be the leader of that organization.
But that's not what we're talking about, though, is it, brother?
We're talking about leadership.
But no.
I'm saying co-leadership.
We're talking about leadership on a community level, isn't it?
Even a community leader. If a woman know the community more than any man in the community, and she know it just as much as any man, she know the history of the community, she know the problem, she know it inside out, why she can't lead?
All right, okay, no problem.
What would disqualify her from leading? And what would give a man who don't have the experience to come and lead and let the woman sit down who have the experience and the qualification to lead, who know the people, who know how to get the job done?
All right.
Not just me. I mean, we can disagree, but I'm just telling you that I advocate for women to be co-leadership. Any foundation that's been laid going forward, the woman has to be equally at the side of the men them doing it. And right now, the man them probably have to go beg the woman them for some position, because most of the graduation right now is the woman them are graduate, the man them are get lazy in the academics. Go to the universities, them go to the primary school.
Brother Delani, I don't need to. I'm very much aware of what's going on. You get me?
So what we're gonna do with all those women that's graduating?
Don't worry about the women that's graduated.
So the man them who not do the work and them for come lead, who don't know the thing, who don't study the thing, and them for come lead. Now what's that? He have to go school and learn. He have to go spend time in the community. He have to go do the work and know the thing before he can come lead.
But do you know why they won't do it?
Why?
Because they think that the women can do it. So
I disagree with you on that. That's weird. That sound like weak. That sound like weakness. That sound like he's scared to me then. Now that sound like a man that's scared.
Exactly. There you go.
That sounds like weakness. But therefore, you should not be leading. If you're that insecure, and that weak, you should not be leading. The woman should lead.
Well, there you go then. That's what
I'm saying. I'm saying the most qualified person to lead. And even if we have co-leadership, the woman have to be qualified and the man have to be qualified. We're not going to put no unqualified man in a position. It's better you put 2 men to lead than put 1 qualified woman and an unqualified man to lead.
Yeah, it just seems like when it comes to our thing, the parameters change. But I hear you still, man.
No, it should not. Listen, I support women liberation and I
But
support
we're not
women.
talking about that, brother Delani. With all due respect, well, I certainly wasn't talking about that. You know what I mean? We weren't talking about women's liberation. Well, I weren't talking about that. You know what I mean? I was just simply making a point that in all nations in England, the men are the leaders, isn't it?
Well, in that
out. It is what it
well,
is, man.
in that regard, then I'm not going to take the cue from all those nations. I'm going to take the cue from our own experience. Black women suffer a double whammy, a double form of oppression. She suffered because she's a woman, and she suffered because she's a woman, and
So
because she's
isn't that
black.
even more reason why she should be able to just chill out for a minute then?
If she wants to chill out, that's her choice. She can chill out if she wants.
Allow it.
That is her choice.
Now stop now, man.
Yes,
Stop
yes.
it, man.
If she wants to chill out and stay in the home, she has a right to do that. But if she wants to go to school and learn, she has a right to learn and become a leader if she wants.
Okay. All right. Fair enough, Bob.
I give her the choice. You have to be fair.
No, wait 1 second. Are you talking about on an individual? Are you just, because I'm hearing a lot of eyes? So are you just talking about on an individualistic level?
Because I can only see there come a time when I have to speak for myself. And there's a time when I can speak in this collective way. But you know what I mean, so you can understand where I stand. Because sometimes when we talk, we overgeneralize it and you may misunderstand my position. So and maybe the audience as well may misunderstand my position. I just want to be clear. Because the moment you mention the woman subject, I don't want to give the impression that I'm in any way trying to hold back any woman.
You see, but I think and this is what I'm trying to say, I think you may have just read the thing wrong, isn't it? Because I don't know if you think that I was coming from some sort of female power play, but I was doing the exact opposite, actually. You know what I mean?
I heard that, and that's why I pushed back against it. I deliberately pushed back against that point because
we're surrendering, innit? We're saying it's
there's no need for a woman to surrender. There's no need for that.
We're surrendering, though.
We should not. We should not, though. I don't agree. I don't agree with a woman should surrender. If she wants to surrender, she has that right. But she shouldn't automatically surrender.
Listen, Brother Delani, only people women want to surrender right now, you know. They call it
soft. Listen, I think we should provide an arm, and I certainly would provide an arm for a woman to surrender in my arm. But that's choice that she has to make. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never going to advocate.
Choice she has to make.
That's her choice. She has to make that choice if she wants to surrender or if she wants to be a leader. It's up to her. You know what I'm saying? We have to give her that opportunity. I'm not going to limit her. And that's just my position. And that's why I started using the I now, because I don't want to be construed with what other people may think, and because I know a lot of men in this society would love to hear that. And I don't want to be...
Wait. Would love to hear what, sorry?
What you're saying about women should surrender, man should lead, and a lot of them, because they're influenced by the Abrahamic teaching, this religious teaching, put man at the top and women at the bottom.
Wait. 1 second. Like, I have not made any sort of religious reference or anything like that, yeah? Okay?
No, but the man them who are into that, they will love to hear that. They will love to hear a lot of women talk like what you just said a while ago. That fit right into their paradigm. That fit right into their world, because they believe that.
No.
They believe that a man should rule and a man should set the foundation and a man should set the laws.
Listen, okay. So 1 second, yeah. Listen. I've spoken to them, man, there, yeah. No problem.
Yes.
So the thing is, though, yeah, right? What I'm saying to you is, though, yeah, even if we're going to have that conversation, just in case you didn't know, yeah, like a lot of women wouldn't mind, because the at one point there was a big conversation about submitting. Yeah, man, then want the women to submit, and you gotta submit, submit. You get me? Cool. Yeah.
I love that.
But I'm saying, yeah, Brother D, a lot of women wouldn't have a problem submitting if there was something to submit to. Do you understand me?
Yes, the man, I'm a multi-millionaire and have everything they do, man. They will submit.
We don't. Why? No. Like, we don't. Why are you going into multi-millionaire? Like,
no. That's just a quick example.
No, but that's a very because that's a very specific thing. Like multi-millionaire. No, like that's no.
Well, I'm a money man then. A money man with the big car and the big house.
No, and this is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this is fucking foolishness. You know what I mean? Because I know women that quote unquote submitted to postmen. You know what I mean? If they were doing their job, you get me? Yeah. It's about doing your job, isn't it? You get me? And this is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Yeah. If you want me to submit, do your job. I got no problem submitting. Do your fucking job. But you can't expect a woman to submit and you're on fuck all. Are you stupid?
Yeah, I understand that. I really, I personally,
and they want fucking benefits. Like,
I personally will get myself in that. I stay away from them kind of conversation because I don't, you know, it's I've heard some of them on TikTok and all that stuff. Listen, I don't know. My sister.
No, but the point I'm trying to make though, even with that,
I don't know that.
I still need to try to make the point, that I don't think it's a problem for women, or let me say black women in particular, submitting. You know what I'm saying to you? But you have to give them something to submit to or submit for. You get me?
Yeah. Personally, my sister, I'm not a part of that particular advocacy about the submission thing. I think that's a choice that a woman have to make. And I personally would not be encouraging women to be submitting. I think that
that's fine.
She should pursue her potential.
Do you think that men and women have still got their own roles?
I think a man and a woman in society can have any role they want. I think the only thing different between a man and a woman is
when let
me finish.
You're being very PC. I don't know what's happened.
Let me finish.
Or something.
No, let me finish the statement, please. The only difference between a man and a woman is biological. It's the reproductive organs. Other than that, intellectually, I think a man and a woman have equal intelligence. There's no evidence that the brain of a man.
These things, though, Brother Delali.
But I have to say that I just have to put that on the record because I don't want to give this
who are you?
impression.
Wait, one second. Are you talking to me or someone else? Because I feel like you're not even.
I'm talking to you, and there's an audience listening to us, isn't it?
Fucking fuck the audience, man. Like what?
No. You have to respect the audience as well, Empress. Because we have to be clear because people will misconstrue what we're saying and get the wrong impression. And I don't want that to be the case. But they need to be clear about where I stand, and they need to be clear where you stand. You're entitled to your opinion and your position. I'm not taking you from you.
Your position is that what then? Men and women are equal.
My position is that men and women can lead
on the battlefield. We can take shot.
Exactly. Woman can take shot too. A woman can shot. Hey, so what on there? Woman can shot, man.
I ain't taking no fucking shot.
So what on there? Empress, woman can shot, man.
Listen, this is why we got a problem.
Empress, we're moving into an era, Empress, where bullets will be fired by pushing of a button. That's how that's how warfare will be in the future.
I'm going to be at home cooking soup. I don't know about Alex.
That's a choice. No, I don't knock you for that. Hey, listen, I love that. I would love to have,
Can't have
a
balls
woman
and
can make a choice for herself. That is an option that's still open to women. But
don't
that
worry,
other
Leonardo.
option,
That was a slip of the tongue, man. It's just because I'm talking. I don't want to know if he's talking to me or the audience. Don't worry, Leonardo. Go on, Brother Delani, man.
no, I'm saying that is a choice that a woman have to make. I am saying that if I'm running a society that the vision I have for society is where man and woman can play equal participation in the development, in the foundation, the development and the prosperity of that society. Man and woman can play a role in that.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
going to restrict the role of a woman, and I'm not going to restrict the role of a man. I'm not going to be a part of that.
But Brother Delani, wait though. But there's nothing that you said there that I'm in disagreement with. I'm
glad. I'm glad of that.
Precept it with that the man them have got to lay the foundation.
I think
the thing is, listen, historically, what I'm saying is correct. I'm not even saying nothing new. Yeah. Even if you want to go back to the Windrush and whatever, yeah. Generally, the man them came first, yeah, laid the foundation, got the accommodation, got the job, whatever, and then brought the women when the foundation was laid. Like this ain't nothing new that I'm saying.
Hold on though, Empress. You're missing a point though. You're missing a big part of the picture. The big part of the picture that women were forbidden. Women was held out of the economy. The education of women was not a priority.
Hold
on, Empress. Please, Empress.
You're talking about something different now.
No. It is not different. It is directly connected to it. The man was more equipped to buy a ticket. The man was more able to get the finance and to move. Woman was not in a position to move. She was practically stuck in that home. Deliberately, it was a systematical thing was done. Throughout the history of mankind, women was subjugated. We can't leave that out.
Okay then.
We can't leave that out. That is a result of subjugation. That was a deliberate subjugation of women.
Okay.
So and that led to why the man them had to leave. They left the woman behind because he was in a better position financially to leave. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of it. We can't leave that out the picture.
One second. Now, 1 second. Because there were exceptions to the rule. So
always exceptions. Always.
Okay. Right. So now what I'm talking about, yeah, because now we're
generally.
Okay, 1 second. Because we can base this on real life events, innit? Because we know real life people that have lived this life, isn't it? Okay.
Yes.
Right?
My mother and father is an example.
There you go. Yeah. So, who came to England first out of your mum and dad?
It was the father. It was the father.
Okay.
It was the father came first.
1 second, and I'm not trying to get into your business, but were they already together at home before? Was they already a couple at home before they come?
Yes.
All right,
yes.
Cool. All right. Cool.
But the dynamics were different from my auntie though, because I have 5 aunties that came, and they came alone. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
The dynamics was,
Exactly. I'm glad you said that. Yeah. That's why I said there was differences, right? So if we use the situation of your mom and dad or whatever, whereby they're already a couple in England, in Jamaica, sorry, or whatever, yeah. They've already made, you know what I mean, house over Dessa, yeah.
Let me just clarify something, because my mother and father never actually came to England. I'm just going to put that on the record. It was my auntie that came. You know what I mean? But my father did left. My father did eventually leave and go foreign, and then brought my mama with him. But they didn't come to England.
Okay, but it would have been the same.
Same situation. Same dynamics. Same dynamics.
Generally, if you had a couple in a foreign land, yeah, generally the man left first. Yeah, so I know anyway. Yeah, and I've got many situations in which I could describe this. You get me? The man left first. He came to England. He got his one room, whatever, his little job. You get me, until he can get the yard or whatever to bring the woman over. You know what I mean? If she's lucky, she might come with the one ute if they got a one ute, or she might bring her own, and then the ute get left, and then the ute come. Yeah, right. Building blocks. The same thing that people are doing today. You get me? They're getting their little visa. They come on their own.
And the same thing was going on in America. Same thing. Same.
And then they take their time and they bring the people in. The point I am making is that in those situations, yeah, the man is the springboard then.
And the man was the breadwinner of the family as well.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
But the reason for it to be predominantly that situation is because woman was deliberately held back.
Yeah, but we're not arguing that though. Like, you're not gonna tell me.
But you can't leave that out. You can't dismiss that. That has to be central to the discussion.
The conversation by saying that in my lifetime, I did Pitman's typing, so I'm very much aware of where women stood in this thing. Like, you don't need to tell me with all due respect. Like, come on now.
No, I'm not. Listen, Empress, I'm just saying that we have to contextualize. We have to put that in.
Of course, but even with all that contextualization,
because if you talk about that in isolation, we wouldn't be doing ourselves a full service by leaving that part out. We have to put that part in.
Okay, let me try to do. In your household, was your dad the breadwinner, the main guy?
Yes.
Right. In my household, my dad was the main guy also. Yes, but they were a partnership, 100%. You get me?
That's how it was with my mother and father. But eventually, my mother became the breadwinner.
That's fine. That's fine. My mom also started to work this, that, and the other. But the significant point to make is that it was the man that laid the foundation. You get me? And what I'm saying is, going forward, I don't think there is nothing wrong with building that into our boys or our men, that you're there to lay foundation. You get me? You're not there just to fucking sling dick, this, that, and wear tear. Yeah? You're there to actually lay a foundation. That's your job, innit? If you're called a man, then that's your job. You see what I'm saying? And that is even with women now being able to do A, B, and C. You get me? Because the thing is this, right? Even though women can do A, B, and C, yeah, they're still the ones that make children. You get me? So there will always be that difference, no matter how society tries to dress it up and this, that, never. And we already know that even though they try to dress it up as equal this and equal that, and it's bull, there's no equality out here. It's bollocks. You get me? But certain people try to use that with their argument when they can't defend their team. But there's no equality out here. You know what I mean? It's a man's world. Yeah.
I can only give you my perspective, Empress. I mean, I know I share the complexity of society. You know how we have come, but I believe that we're too far gone. The foundation of the future, all that we've been through, I think we're past the foundational stage now. The building moving forward, in terms of going back to build the foundation of a nation or a community, I think we're far gone now. I think we're moving forward in an era where women will be in the majority, and the woman will also be the majority of the skill.
This is very sad, Delani.
But it's the reality. Even hold on, Empress. My perspective, but Empress, as sad as it may be, as daunting as it may be, it's the reality. We have to recognize that this is the reality that we're living in. Women are no longer is left behind. Woman is no longer
history
to
is not
choose,
is not going
have
to
to be
be kind
choose.
to history is not going to be kind to us, and
Well, it's yet to be
it
seen
just
because the history is yet to be written. It is yet to be made, and I think, my perspective
being
is
made
that,
as we speak, man.
that
What you're
man
saying is
and
going to be historical, man.
yeah, but
Basically,
I think
man them is
if
going to
you
be
look at the
rubbed out, basically.
if you look at the reality of the situation right now, if
Mm.
the man them don't step up, the woman them going to be dominating the, the the economy in the future.
Well, get ready
I'm
for the
saying,
man them to get rubbed out, then, man. That's all I can
you know what I'm
say.
saying? So it is what it is. The man have to step up, but I'm not gonna deliberately hold the woman back. The woman can decide it to
No,
what did
This,
you call it? What did you call it? She wants to surrender. She can surrender on her own volition if she wants. But as long as she wants to move forward and she wants to, um, you know, achieve anything she wants, I support her 100%.
I think we're having two conversations, to be honest, man.
Yeah, I think so. I think somewhere down the line we got to cross because this idea of woman surrendering, it can't be done in isolation. I don't think we're benefiting from having an isolated conversation. You can't divorce it from woman education, woman liberation, woman development, and the history that woman been through. We can't divorce it from all of that. That is what some of the things that I have with a lot of these conversations online is that they tend to be isolated each argument and trying to divorce it from history, divorce it from economics and politics, divorce it from ethics. We can't. We have to include all those factors as we move forward, laying a foundation for the future. And a lot of this stuff has to be granted constitutionally. Because if you trust man will put woman back under their footstool. That's why we have to have laws to enforce these things to ensure that women have the opportunity. Now, if she wants to stay home and sleep all day, that's her choice. But the laws should be there. The society, the nation that we built must provide her with the full opportunity to excel to the fullest of her ability. Now, if she can't manage it, she can step aside. But it's sad that, like I said, it's not all pretty. But that's where I am with it. Yeah, man. But it's good to come on your platform though, Empress, and have the discussion. Um, yeah. I hope we didn't take the conversation where it didn't want to go.
No, man, it's all good, man. It's all good, man. It's
You
all
know what I'm
good.
saying? Yeah. But me, man, I go, me. This just me. That's just the way I operate. I think of things in a holistic way. I can't just isolate one issue and in that way, because you have good man and you have good woman. You
It's
have bad man and you have bad woman.
Yeah, that's the thing. At this point, it's not even about good and bad and all the rest of it, man. It's about foundation and then way there. Because at the end of the day, no one's under any illusion that many of the
Empress,
other foundations that have been laid on like hold on, man, laid on like conscientious grounds or this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Like I said, we know drugs money have done this and that money's done that but the point being is what they've done with the money. You understand what I'm saying to you? And that's the difference as far as I'm
yeah.
concerned.
And Empress, when we're talking about foundation, we're talking about constitutions, we're talking about rules and laws and
No,
regulations.
no,
That is a well, then what
no.
we're talking about then? Dally
No,
house business?
we're talking about monkey see, monkey do, man.
Oh, no, me not depend that Empress. Me depend nation building. If we build a nation, we have to have rules and laws. You know what I'm saying? That's how it
Yeah,
be.
but before we get to nation building, you got to start small, innit? When we get to nation build, like a nation thing, then that's a whole different conversation. But we got to start.
But Empress, then what about the school system? How you build a school system without a nation? How you build hospitals and communities? You got to have
I'm not
rules.
thinking. I'm not thinking that far ahead, man.
That's where I am with it. I'm deep in the woods with it.
Once I see the micro ones being done, then we can
Mhm.
work to the macro ones. It don't make no sense thinking
All
macro
right.
before we do.
You know, right now, let's use Jamaica as an example. A lot of the big house they're building in Jamaica, a woman a build them, you know. You got Mandeville right now, some big house, you can't believe it. Woman.
I could believe
Lot
it.
of the woman them, I go back to Jamaica right now, they on the veranda, they cock up them foot and enjoy themselves. And it's a pretty house. Then come, then work, and then go back and then build. Woman now, they now wait for no man to build it for them again.
I don't even think you understand what you're actually saying, you know, brother D. To be honest,
Then I wait again. Them the foundation, the woman lay them own foundation. You
well,
see,
this is what it is, then, man.
you know, I'm just saying that. You know, I'm just, you know, giving you my perspective.
Do you think that's how they wanted it to be? That they're just sitting on their veranda, then one? You think that's what they wanted? Do you think
It could be that
Do you
it
think
could give them a sense of satisfaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Some would prefer if you sit down in the next man yard.
No,
You know.
I didn't say next man. No. I didn't say yet the next man's yard.
So they
I
have to
didn't
lay it
say
together then. So they can lay the foundation together.
exactly.
But that's what I'm saying, Empress.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm
The
saying.
mere fact that she had to do it on her own, that's evil. That's telling again, isn't it? Yeah. And
Exactly.
if you're saying there's a bag of women going home to do A, B, and C, where that's very telling, isn't it?
That's correct. That's correct. I mean, they're now wait for the man them. The man them who can't catch up, them are
Even
gonna let
more
them move
telling,
forward.
isn't it?
That is more telling. That is
All
that,
right.
that tells tell volume. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's what I'm saying. Woman cannot sit back and wait for man to catch up. Woman is passing the man them academically right now.
So is that good? Is that good for a nation?
Well, in the situation right now, Empress, where the woman are come from is good for her and is elevated. It's not holding the nation back.
I said if it's good for a nation. I didn't say about no individualistic thing.
Well,
I said, is it good for a nation? Because you're about nation building.
hold on, Empress. If that was the only thing that was happening, it would not be good. But that is only woman trying to catch up. It's not a widespread thing. These are cases that happen.
But you're contradicting
But the
yourself now.
no, hold on, Empress. The vast majority of the homes are built by men. But I'm saying, but now you have women that go and building homes as well. So you have women, they're not waiting for man. But the vast majority of the wealth is owned by men already. The vast majority of the homes are built by men already. But now women are building homes as well. This is new. That's the point. They're not sitting back waiting for the man to build it for them. They want to build it themselves. Because enough of them more capable than some of them on them. But you see, in isolation, it wouldn't be good. But in the overall context, it is good. Why not let them build up them big mansion? You see it. And then pick and choose which man they want to come to them place. Sorry to say it like that. You know? But it is what it is. It's telling as well, you know? It is quite telling because before it was the man them that was graduating by the ton load. You know, and you know. But Empress, it's been a good conversation, man. It's what we're going about 4 hours now. So I think we can continue again next time, you know. But I hope, you know, it's been a good conversation. I hope the audience, you know, pick something out of it, you know. And yeah, man. But give thanks, Empress, and thanks for inviting me on the panel, you know.
No, man, no
We
problem.
have the reasoning. And you know, so we have a channel to Empress. You see my channel?
What's it called? Put it in the thing so the people don't can see, man.
It's called Clear Thinking. See, how do I put it in? I'm in the. Okay, do I go back to the? Because I'm in the backstage at the moment with the thing there. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, if you put it in if you type it somewhere, I can put it in the chat. If you can't put it in the chat, What is it? Clear thinking. What's it? Just clear thinking on its own? You should be able to drop the link in the chat still.
Put it in your little chat here. Comment. Oh, join the chat. Oh, okay. Where do I put it? I'm not too familiar with this.
No, it's quite a new setup as well. So
I'm not familiar with it. Oh, did I go out? Is it gone? Gosh. Gosh. Are you still there, Empress?
Yeah.
What happened here now? What is it doing? Oh gosh, I end up somewhere on StreamYard thing, and I don't even know what's going on. Oh,
If
continue.
you go into YouTube, even if you leave and then just go into YouTube and then put it in the chat.
Okay, I'm yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's it there.
Yeah, that's me there. So you come over there because I do a lot of they're more educational presentation. If I'm talking about reparation, if I'm talking about like the last one I did is on battery technology in Africa. I do all kind of presentation, slideshows, and teaching about various aspects of our history. And I got another channel called Pan African Tech Decoded as well, where we talk about technology. It's all about how we can use technology to develop Africa, the Caribbean, wherever we are, how to use, all aspects of technology. So that's kind of where my head is. But thank you so much, Empress, for bringing me on your platform, man.
If you can, you can put the other one in the chat if you
The
want.
other one, okay, all right. I'll put that one as well. That's
Oh, big up yourself, sis Rika B, man. God damn. Bring the family back. Bring us back together. Yeah, big up yourself, Rika. I'm leaving now, still can't lie. But you don't know, hit the notification bell. You never know when I'm gonna be about. But yeah, man. I was only supposed to come on 125 on the demon then, boy. Yeah, buddy. But yeah, people, man, big up yourselves for those past through. Happy Friday.
so that one I just put in there is the Pan African Tech Decoded. We talk about everything technology to do with Africa and the Caribbean and wherever our people are. So yes, Empress, give thanks, man, and we have to do this more often,
All right, people.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
you see the brothers dropped 2 links in the chat. One's technological based, and one I think is more Pan African based. But yeah, man.
Yes, that's correct. You said it right. One is just Pan-African, everything to do with our culture, our history, our economics, our liberation. That's on clear thinking with Brother Dulani. And the other one is on technology. Mhm. Yeah,
right.
but Empress, thank you so much, Empress. And thank you, audience, for listening to us. And I hope, it has been worth it.
All right, then, brother D. You take care, man.
All
Have
right.
yourself a
All right.
good
Take
night.
care now. My respect,
All right.
Empress. My respect.
All right. Bless. So yeah, family. Yeah, man. Slightly tall, but the demons are still out here, man. But you don't know, hit the notification bell because you never know when I'm gonna turn up. But big up yourself, Brother D. Long time I ain't had the good reasoning still. But yeah, man, those that stayed with us, big up yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Until we meet again, man. But I'm out still. I'm gonna eat a food, I can't even lie. I've missed my dinner, man. But listen, people, we will speak, yeah. Liverpool, big up yourself, Kane. Big up yourself, Leonardo. Big up yourself, over Delani. You know what I mean? And big up the massive there, man. Big up those that pass through. Biker, Birmingham, Biker. London, just going up. Who else can I see? Who else can I see? Who else can I see? No political solution. Liggy, pick up yourself. But yeah, man, I'll be back again at some point talking about these demons because it's not gonna stop, man. And like I said, you know what I mean. As much as anything else, my station's a little documentary for the family that comes up after, boy, so they know what was going on in these years, boy. You know. But pick up yourselves, people. Have yourselves a good night. And I'm out, man. Take care.